What's up, guys? It's Will back again. Another episode of Collectors Mingle. We got an amazing panel. Very handsome collectors. Not single, but they are ready to mingle. We're going to get into some serious topics tonight. We're going to talk about the JND Batman 2-pack. We're going to talk about Captain Marvel. And we're going to talk about Spider-Man Integrated Suit. Maybe some other things, some collecting philosophies. Stay tuned. More to come right around the corner.
I swear it always makes me feel like it makes me feel like Grand Theft Auto. Every time I hear it, it's
Grand
like
Theft Auto?
yeah, bro. It's like
San
you know what?
Andreas? Or Vice
Exactly,
City?
bro. Like no, San Andreas, bro.
Oh, okay.
Bro, the next time I'm telling you next weekend, bro, and I hear it, I'm just gonna it's gonna be a quick change. You're gonna play the theme, and when you bring the panel in, I'm gonna have an all white suit on with a pink shirt.
Yeah, there you go.
Straight up,
You'd be
bro.
full kingpin, dude.
Straight up,
Full
bro.
kingpin.
I'm just gonna do it.
Hopefully you're the 6 scale, not the quarter scale. Because
Not-
that one,
Hell no, not
you'd
the
be like
quarter
20 foot tall at that point.
Oh shit! Hell,
I like that
So-
intro too.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks, Dante.
yeah.
Appreciate
Gave you
it. Speaking
goosebumps.
of
What a bit of
Dante,
that.
Very smooth.
Dante, this is the first time you've been on the show, so I'm really excited to have you. And I know a lot of people out there know you already, but if not, feel free. Do you have like an introduction you want to share? I know you do a lot of different reviews and live streams. So for the people who don't know about you, do you mind giving yourself like an introduction?
Yeah, well, thank you so much for the invitation, Lael, John. Pleasure to see you guys. First time, in the show. So, what do I do? I don't even know what do I do, man. I
So
do
many
pretty much.
things.
I do so many things. So I do unboxing reviews. I have different shows, live streams like you guys, and the most important thing, mingling.
Yes,
Collaborating.
this is why Dante's here. He gets it.
Yes.
Thank you, and good night,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah,
Watching.
absolutely. So, and before I get to you, Lael, John, I know you've been doing some awesome things. So I wanted to share give a chance to share with people. I know you did a posing video with Optical. So, and you're doing some other great
Yes.
things. Share a little bit briefly about what you're doing on the channel.
Yeah, mate, thanks. Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me here. Been looking forward to coming on here for a while, Will, so really appreciate it, mate.
Yeah.
I do unboxing. Oh, actually, I don't really do unboxings. I do mainly showcases at the minute. So I kind of review the figures I have, do a bit of a showcase, do a bit of storytelling with them, photography. And I've just started a show called Posed Up, where I host a guest that we get to know each other, pose up a figure, have some fun, chat. But it's really more of a one-on-one, getting to know people in the community and just talk about, all the things we love, collecting, movies, entertainment, comics, all that type of stuff. So that's kind of what I'm about. And just glad to be here, brother.
Dude, thanks for joining. And I love that Hawkeye pose you got going on there. That's a
Yeah, I'm
sick,
feeling Hawkeye
amazing-
right now.
Yeah, okay. Because it's coming out real soon, right? Isn't it coming out
Wednesday.
next week? Yeah.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
so I'm feeling the hype. I'm
Already?
Wednesday.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Lay out.
Looking forward to it.
Dude, the man who needs no introduction, the 1/6 scale man. Dude, what's going on with you, Leo?
Oh man, I'm tired, bro. Listen,
too.
no, literally I am, bro. Like I think one of the biggest things was, if anybody who actually hasn't gotten like that third booster vaccination, that thing knocks you on your ass. Like literally it did. Like, bro, I was not sick. Like I wasn't sick. I was just like fatigued, like tired for like 2 days. I had like I started doing the take your position for Gwen, Spider Gwen, and I couldn't get through it because I was literally falling asleep during the time I was actually posing up there. I was like, yeah, let me just take a break, which I'm glad I did because it would have came out terrible. So I'm going to probably finish that one up tonight after the stream so I can actually get that one out. But yeah, I mean, it's been crazy, bro. Like with a lot of releases and still some reveals that we haven't gotten yet. That's so good. But yeah, like it's
See, Dante's pure Pennywise. See, Dante died about to become best friends. He loves
Yeah.
Pennywise Leo as much as I do.
Oh,
yeah. See, so it's definitely it's been crazy. So I mean, but we got some nice things that are actually coming up. I mean, of course, tomorrow night comic book talk with friends. We got Say What, which will Ray Kinnick is going to be joining us again. She actually hit me
Oh.
up. She said she wants to be on the show again. She said let's do Wednesday night. I was like, all right, that's cool. So she's going to jump on Wednesday. with us. So
For the comic talk or for the Wednesday show?
No, for the Wednesday show.
Oh hell yeah! You know.
Yeah, so she's gonna jump on for the Wednesday
Dude,
show.
tell her I'll be there. Like,
Yeah, I'll tell her so that.
Okay.
And like I said, really quick. Again, Iron Logan, me and Iron Logan, John himself, we're gonna be actually, we're gonna take your position live. So me and him, we're gonna actually do it live together. We just got to get time together to do it. So he's gonna be a regular on Take Your Position live, and then I'll be on his show a couple times. So and he got a couple ideas brewing, so I can't wait.
Oh
for
yeah, I
that.
got a couple of ideas coming.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. So it's Take Your Position is gonna go live with me and John, so I can't wait.
Nice. Awesome.
And Manor Hot's gonna have me on his show. He just doesn't know it yet.
Yeah. Like
You will.
Yeah. Send your resume to Dante's agent. Give it like 6 to 8 weeks, and then you'll hear back.
We'll
That's
review
usually
it
how
and get
works.
back to you.
Yeah, exactly. A cover letter too. Don't forget the cover letter.
Yeah.
Guys, let's address the
That's
chat real
important.
quick before we jump into this. So, Lewis Abitz, thank you so much, Lewis. It really does mean a lot. That's an amazing super chat. What's up, Will, Dante, Lael, John? You all rock. Everyone watching the stream, to your families. Dude, Thanksgiving week, enjoy it. That's crazy that it's coming up that quickly.
It doesn't even feel like it, does it?
By the way, Black Friday deals, a lot of them are out already. So I went to Best Buy. I wanted to get Blu-rays. I really only got one, though. I got Rogue One. It was 4K for $12. So I did get that because I didn't own Rogue One prior, even though I think it's on Disney Plus, right?
Yeah,
But-
definitely.
I still wanted the Blu-ray. I wanted to get Snyder Cut, but they didn't have the 4K in stock. So
Wow.
I had to wait on that one. They sold out. They had some regular Blu-rays, which I almost bought. It was like $10.
I
but,
think they have it here. I'll get it and send it to you.
Oh, that works. Or I can just,
Yeah, got you.
it's fine, man. I can just get it on Amazon or something. And Best Buy online.
Just let me know.
Yeah, I'll
Let
let
me
you
know.
know. But I'll find one. I'm gonna get because $15 for 4K. So
Yeah, let me know.
That's great.
yeah. So thank you so much, Lewis. Again, let's address the rest of the chat. Max Geekdom in the house. Amazing. Tukathri, Tobor, the usuals in the house. The third-party reviews waiting. Lewis Levitz, of course. Mike Fiala. Mike, good to see you. Docinator, what's up? Hope you all touched. Oh, there it is. We were just talking about that before the stream started.
Here.
So-
Can't wait.
What's going on, y'all? Simon, Genta, he's Two Ferns. Let's see, Ray C, William Owens, Ashley Chase. Always good to see Ashley. She's always super supportive and friendly. Absolute Irwin, Luminar in the house. Luminar always drops some seriously good comments.
It's my buddy.
Dante's in the house 2 times. He's here and he's in the chat. He's man after my own heart because that's what I do too. Derek Sandoval in the house. Let's see. Philip the Fool, William Owens, and I think that's pretty much everyone. John McNulty also finally in the chat here. So, guys, let's jump right. Oh, 60 Out Cantina actually. What a crew, baby. Look at this fine folks in the chat. Lots of familiar faces. Evening all watching by the fire, baby. Nice. I need to get you on the show soon, Aries, so we'll chat, man. I know last time you couldn't make it, so we'll get you on here soon. Or if you want to hop in tonight, let me know, and I'll send you an invite. So we got room for a 5th if you want. It's not much Star Wars talk, but it'll still be fun, I promise.
We'll make it Star Wars.
Yeah, if Aries on, we'll make it. We'll make it work. So, guys, I want to share something real quick because something dropped just the other day, right? This is the JND Studios Batman 2-pack from The Dark Knight, right? This is one of those statues where you get, 2 different display options here, right? You have 2 different statues, really. You have the Batman himself and you have the Christian Bale. This, let me go back to it real quick because I forget the retail price. This retailed for $35.99 for the dual version and had 400 edition size. It sold out in like 5 minutes. So, yeah, very quickly.
Wow.
The single pack, just the regular Batman himself, not including Christian Bale, Bruce Wayne in the suit, is still available in some other places, but not on JND's website. So when we're looking at this piece, I'll start with you, Dante, because I know you were thinking about it at one point. What do you think about this JND? Do you think it's a hit for them?
Well, thinking about it because you were putting a lot of stuff in my brain.
It's kind of my thing.
Yeah, no, actually, I mean, I said it all the time. I mean, I like statues. My problem is space. This one in particular, I really like it. The only issue that we got was the Christian Bale Haskell. We spoke about it on my stream the other day, right? That it looks a bit older, Nevertheless, the likeness is absolutely there. It is super pricey, I guess, because JND is a high-end company, so and it was sold out within minutes. It's crazy. I think the only one that they have, I mean, not them, but Comic Concepts, is the single version. That's what they do. Only have the single version still, I think. But still going for like 2,700, I think. I mean, it's still pricey.
It's a lot.
You know, it's a lot. It's a lot, but it does look nice though. It does look very nice.
Yeah. So are you still considering picking this up, or you think it's a pass for you?
No, it's gonna be a pass for me. First because the space, and second because of the price. I don't want to get divorced, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think I'm gonna pay more in child
It's not worth
support
it,
than
Dante.
paying for the statues. So I'd rather just kind of say, you know what, I'm just gonna.
Well,
pass this
because
time.
see, that's a good way to look at it. Because if you get divorced, you have lawyers and you have all this other stuff involved, so it's going to
More
cost
money
you a
for a
lot more than
statue?
what the statue costs.
It's not
you.
worth it, man.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
telling
It's
you.
just
3
it's
kids? Are you kidding me?
yeah, it's just not worth it. Seriously. So John, I know you probably saw this JND. What are your overall thoughts on it?
Honestly, mate, like I think the Batman looks fantastic. And I can see there it looks like warm lighting that they've got on him. I'm just not really sold on the Bruce Wayne sculpt. Really, it just I don't know. It just feels like you said a bit older looking. I think it's just a bit off. I think for me, I'm going the quarter scale from Hot Toys. That's what I want. I want something I can play around with. This, I think it looks beautiful, but the Bruce Wayne just doesn't do it for me. So yeah, definitely not picking that one up, mate. Not for that price. It's like
Gotcha.
$1 million down here. So yeah.
Because I think it's
Not
something
for
we'll
me.
need to hit on is because with this J&D statue, like Dante and John both said here, you're paying, if you're getting the 2-pack or even if you're getting the single pack, you're paying $2,800 plus shipping really for most places, or you're paying $3,600 plus shipping. At that point, like it has to be pretty much perfect to me. And I think the J&D Balehead is good, but he looks very old. So
like the first thing I thought when I saw it, mate, I was like, it's just off. The first gut feeling, I'm like, oh, that's not like the Joker, not like to the level of the Joker was.
And look at the texture. Oh, hold on, let me go back to that one. Like
I think his eyebrows are a bit too pronounced,
I think it's expression. It just does look
wrinkled.
wrinkled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrinkled. What do you think, Leo? I know it's another Batman, so you're not super excited for it, but what do you think about it overall?
I mean, overall, again, like I think that J&D up until this point have been flawless to me in my opinion. This one, even though it looks great, the biggest problem that I have with this is it is like the face. Like I mean, just like I said, that sculpt, it is old. Like it looks like it's aged. Now I don't know if they did it intentionally, but it just it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't really scale well enough for me. Like it just looks really blemished. You know what I mean? Like you can give him like a grizzled weathered look without making him look like he's 30 years older, or I mean 10 years older than, you know what I mean? But again, to each his own. I mean, it's sold out, so it's attested. It testifies to the simple fact that this piece is pretty much a goal for a lot of people, just not for me. And on top of that, for me, I'm over the Dark Knight. Like I'm over Batman. You know what I mean? I'm really, really over just having a piece. Like I put it this way, I already got the 1/6 scale version of this available. I mean, I'm on order, and that's only because I'm getting the tumbler as well. And I just wanted to kind of have that, because visually I just see a story that I'm going to actually tell with that figure. But as far as the statue, and it's a high-end piece, it's really expensive. It's not something that I'm going to gravitate to. I'm very, very extremely selective about the pieces that I get. This being one of them. Now, J&D Wonder Woman, on the other hand, that would have been something that I would have definitely pulled the trigger on if I would have thought about it at that point. But whoever did, it's an exciting piece. Congrats. But this for me, I don't know. I mean, with the helmeted version is decent. You know what I mean? But still, like, I mean, the tailoring, everything else is cool. But again, it's Batman. It's too many Dark Knight pieces that I'm actually seeing. You know what I mean? It's way too many. And sometimes it's difficult to kind of decide between. And I don't know why all these companies are just sticking with this particular IP. It just, I mean, you have so many other figures, that you can play around with, you know what I mean, that you can give us, you know what I mean, that would be suitable, that's pretty much with the IP itself, especially if you have the license to do it. You know what I mean? That's the portion of it that doesn't really make sense to me. But again, to each their own. Whoever's actually getting it, congrats. I mean, it's definitely a market for it because it's sold out. So, I get that, but still, when I look at that head sculpt, it looks like him from The Machinist. Or what was that movie he was in?
The Machinist.
Yeah, Machinist.
American Psycho.
Yeah, not even American Psycho. He looked young. Like this one, he looks
looks
like
older, man.
really
Just
old,
old.
bro. Like he looks
Yeah.
really grizzled. So it's just not a piece that I would go for, definitely.
I think what
When
people...
is-
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Dante.
No. When is this releasing anyway? Is that Q1 2023?
I think it'll probably be 2023 would be my guess.
And I know JND is a brand new company, so I'm not sure how.
Right.
I mean, I'm assuming that they will take, collectors, I guess, comments or feedback about this, and maybe they can revise it. I mean, have they done that before with, let's say, the Joker or the Wonder Woman?
Yeah, kind of, but they're not as much into it as Queen Studios is, you know. And I think the issue too, Dante, is like this was supposed to come out quarter 4 22, quarter 1 23, but at the same time. I think they do listen to feedback, but what kind of feedback have we given them already when the product sold out in 5 minutes? Like I think the feedback we've given them already says that it's perfect, and I think they might not change it. But who knows? I mean, I think they'll see comments online and maybe listen to streams like ours or someone else's. But I mean, I think the problem, Dante. I think the problem, and you guys all raise really valid points here. I think the problem to me is that this is so expensive, and I think we're getting to the point now where JND, with the products they have released, since they've been so great, all of them pretty much, you know, or at least shown for prototypes, I think we're getting the point, like Optical had said, where this is like they're becoming the Apple of collecting. So no matter what they're charging, people are going to pay it, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think that's kind of a problem because, in my opinion, Hot Toys wins this round because Hot Toys quarter
100%.
scale is under $600. It's like a fourth or fifth of the price. It's not as big, obviously, because this is third scale. But at the same time, you know, if you're getting just the single version, it's what, 2,800? You're getting Hot Toys for 600. I mean, it's like a fifth of the price after shipping and all that. So I mean, it's kind of like, and I think the sculpt might actually be better on the Hot Toys. So
I think it
you
is.
know, yeah, I think this is better than Queen Studios, but I don't think it's better than the Hot Toys. And the Hot Toys has a better base, and you can pose it. So it's like, you know, J&D have always been Team J&D for the longest time, but this one I feel like is a little bit too late, and it's not a complete hit. So I feel like, but
I feel like they've
so
done it
quickly.
because of Joker, right? Like, obviously
probably.
he's like, we've done the Joker because I've watched some of their videos and they talk about like the guy who's in charge of the company loves these. Like, I think he's making the characters he loves. So from that standpoint, that's probably why he's doing it. He's making the collection that he wants. So necessarily, he might just like Dark Knight. So they've done the Joker, now they've done this. I feel like that's why they're not going to do a Joker and not do a Batman. I feel like everyone who does the Heath Ledger Joker does a Batman to go with it.
Right. It's kind of like a dual set, yeah, for sure. And the Batman does look really great, but with the pose he's in, is that anything special that you would need to pay $3,000 for? I mean, I don't think so, right? I mean, the Hot Toys could more than get the job done for that, and more. So in this case, and I think the Queen Studios is good too. The Queen Studios, I don't really like the sculpt very much. I like this one a little bit better, but neither is perfect, and this is a lot more expensive. So if that's the case, and you're going to keep the cowl on him anyway, then the base is better on the Queen Studios again. So it's kind of like I just don't feel like the value's there with this J&D personally. But obviously people disagree with me because it sold out so quickly.
It did. So
Is that the fastest
So, I mean,
one too?
Yeah.
That's the fastest one sold out too, right?
Yeah, and I think J&D is going to keep doing that. They're going to sell out faster and faster as they get more popular. So I mean,
Making bank. It's just like I said for those, and the thing is, it's like it's a spot, it's a place for it because I mean we have a lot of statue collectors, whereas we have 6-scale collectors. With the statue collectors, they focus in on that, and they don't really collect. You know, so at least some of them don't really collect the 1/6-scale pieces. So, again, it's cool. It's cool. It's just
yeah, I just think it's
Nobody can deny the fact that this is super realistic, really high end, excellent quality, right?
Yeah.
We can argue about the price, we can argue about that, but the quality is there, right?
Yeah.
And ultimately, when you buy a expensive figure like this, you're paying for the quality. So, and I think, you know, the tailoring is perfect to me. I mean, you can see the suit is kind of like seeing the real actor standing there.
Yeah.
You know, the suit on Batman as well looks fantastic. Again, the only issue I see is just the head sculpt. But again, that's maybe is really minor. Maybe because we are
maybe they can fix
overthinking.
it. Yeah.
But because of the price tag is so high, you're expecting something like really. I mean, I'm not saying nothing is perfect, but really excellent. You know, and I think that's the comments. But overall, if you ask me what's the score, I will say probably a 9 out of 10. You know, that should be a 10 out of 10. Should be.
It should be for the price you're paying. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the Batman looks perfect. Like the Batman looks fantastic. I think the posture, his posture looks great. but I'm judging it off both if you're going to get both. And I think the head sculpt and the other one is not as good as the Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm with you, the layout. I love the Dark Knight, but I'm sticking with the 6 scale DX19 from the Dark Knight Rises. I'm sticking with that.
Exactly, man. We'll probably continue this discussion on Man of Hot when I'm on that show. So
yeah. Like I said, give it 6 to 8 weeks. You're good. You're good. 6 to 8 weeks.
Few weeks.
Yeah, exactly. So, guys, let's get to one that I think pretty much everyone is excited for, because this one kind of dropped at a very opportunistic time. Because the trailer dropped and then like an hour later this figure comes online. So I know we talked about this a little bit on different shows like Dante and Lael's. We talked about it a little bit, but I want to kind of get everyone's thoughts once again and see how you're feeling maybe like a couple days to a week later. But Lael, with this integrated suit, are you going to wait till the movie comes out, or did you already pre-order it?
I cannot confirm or deny.
I think you just confirmed it.
I just said I can't confirm or deny. I mean, look, right now I'm Tobey Maguire on this piece, so I cannot confirm or deny it. No, listen, bro, this is Spider-Man. Like, so if it's Spider-Man, is always going to be my weakness. So yes, I have pre-ordered this piece. I mean, I could not resist, because the thing is, it's the best of everything that we've actually wanted from the movies. You know, they've integrated every suit into one. You know what I mean? Like I'm so happy that they've done like the grand finale. We get the Iron Spider, we get the advanced suit. We get the original, like, you know what I mean? We get everything all in one. And again, like I said, we did see this suit itself on the hologram in Far From Home. On the plane, so it was visibly there, so we knew, we were getting, some iteration of it. But yeah, I'm super hyped, for this suit. Especially for those who mainly missed out on the Iron Spider, who wanted it. You can actually, and the biggest draw about this piece is you would have to almost be crazy not to go for the deluxe to get this amazing diorama base. Like, that base is completely amazing. And we talked about it, like, John, you mentioned it before, like, they are giving, these quarter scales or these statue companies a run for their money now, because, like, well, not even run, but they're stepping into that, because they've been getting, challenged by these companies, with these diorama bases. And, they just, you can see that, now, people are kind of jumping into that realm. So yeah, for me, I know it's not for everybody, but just for me, because I sit so well with Spider-Man and I love it. I love to pose this figure up, it was just a no-brainer, for me to get this piece. So from what I'm seeing so far, it's brilliant, bro. And the thing is, like, if you look at the price, I think it's validated with this base. I think it's validated, literally validated with this base, because you're getting a masterpiece. You're getting and like pretty much the tentacles itself, they move around, like they are articulated. So why not?
Yeah, it's true. Leo, I think the price is definitely a big pill to swallow for a 6-scale figure, but at the same time, I don't think it's unreasonable. I think it's, for the base and what you're getting, you're basically paying $140 for the base, because the regular version's $285, this one's $425, so $140 for the base. I think that's fair, considering this base is so intricate and detailed and has a lot going on. But I did meant to bring up, Justin talked about the Bale head. He said that Bale head ain't it, and then he said basically it looks a lot like Jim Carrey. So which people have said it's been a common sentiment. But so as far as this Spider-Man though, John, what do you think about it? Are you with Leo in the camp of it's a must buy?
Oh yeah, 100%, mate. My question at the minute is, me and KG were talking about this yesterday. We're a little obsessed with Spidey at the minute. So my thing is, I have a vision for my display, and I'm like, I almost want 2 for what I want to do. I want 2.
Really? See the movie first.
John, I knew you were going to say that, bro.
No, don't let KG influence you. He's a bad influence, bro. He's a bad influence. He's got all that money. He doesn't care.
No, he's going to help me out. We're going to get like 7 Mysterios. We're going to recreate the scene from Far From Home when he's like multiplied. We need enough Spideys to go with it. So I'm definitely getting them, mate. The suit is unbelievable. I think the gold is classy. I think the
Yeah.
gold's really classy on it.
Yeah.
And I'm happy they did that with that red and black. Whoo, like,
Yeah,
that
right.
is-
That red and black
that-
pops, bro.
It does.
Man, that's beautiful. And for
And that
photography and
gold.
stuff like that
Yeah.
base, that gold is so classy on it. And I think when we see the film and we see, like, I'm trusting and believing that it's going to be great. When we see what he does with it, everybody's going to want a representation of this on the shelf.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, Dante?
Other thing.
Sorry, go ahead, John. I didn't realize you were.
I was just going to say, like, I was thinking, me and KG were talking about, like, if they did have other Spider-Man and they did bring in the others, what if the other ones had bases of the other villains? And then you could have a display with 3 different Spider-Man with 3 different bases. Because this is Tobey Maguire's villains. This isn't Tom Holland's villains. What if Tobey Maguire came with Tom Holland's villains, or Andrew Garfield came with someone else's? Like, so you kind of got to buy all 3 to complete the set. I think that would be. I mean,
now you're talking about like a Prime 1 type display with diorama bases.
Well, yeah,
and
like, Garfield
could
could come with Tom Holland's, and Toby could come with Garfield's, and you
That's
put them all
quite the
together.
investment, but it would be beautiful. Because if everyone's $400, you're looking at $1,500 for the set shipped, or $1,300.
Start hustling, start saving.
So yeah, exactly. Start saving now. But so Dante, what do you think about the Spider-Man?
I love it. I really do. I mean, the colors are like beautiful with the red, the black, the golden. I still have my I guess I will wait until I have it in hand for the suit, right? Because with the upgraded suit, I was kind of surprised that you can actually pull really cool poses with that. I'm just hope that this is the same thing, that it won't damage the suit by you doing some dynamic poses. I still trying to figure it out, like how can they replace the clamp, because that damages a lot. Especially if you're gonna do something dynamic and leave it there for a long time. But I don't think they have something, a technology to decide what to create, right, to fix that issue. But the base looks amazing. I mean, with the tentacles that you can actually move it around and do certain poses. And what I see here is that I have a feeling that in the near future we're going to be seeing more figures coming with crazy display bases like this, and increasing the prices like this one, right? Yes, it's about $140, give or take, more if you don't get this deluxe edition. But I think to me it's a good call, because that adds so much character to this particular figure that you can do a lot of things, especially for photography. This is amazing. So I'm glad they went this route.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is going to be a really popular figure, because I've described it as the Mark 85 of Spider-Man suits, because it really is. It kind of looks like one, and also it's probably the last Tom Holland MCU suit that we're going to get. So I think this is going to be a popular one just for those reasons. But it is expensive. It is a big pill to swallow. But I think you guys are absolutely right. There's nothing wrong with the price, really. I think it's fair just based on current Hot Toys prices and market value. And that base is so unique. So I think you guys would you guys want that? Would you want like more type diorama bases where you pay a little bit more, but you'd get more shelf presence? It'd also take up more space in your collection. So do you guys want that for like most figures, or what do you think?
For sure. And I want a bust too. I want busts for all of them. Give me a bust, give me a
like
base.
Carnage did in Venom.
That'd be awesome.
It's like
The
this.
option of it.
It's like this piece. It kind of like, it gives you options. It gives you more options now, because, to be quite honest, you can either purchase a Doc Ock or you don't have to. If they didn't release a Doc Ock, you wouldn't have to basically purchase one. If you have, like, say for instance, if you have the third party Goblin figure from the first Spider-Man, you can actually have that with this and the DTOF and not have to have Ock and just have those arms there. You know what I mean? You wouldn't have to worry about it. It just presents so many opportunities, with having a unique diorama base, like this. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of people are like, this is restricting. Like, what if you just want the regular stand? You can't two options. I think basically I like this more because it gives me different posing ideas on how I can, because I couldn't see this. I don't want to have, it just adds so many more dimensions to this figure, so many different ways. Even if you wanted to, you don't have to have, but I will say this though, it is forcing your hand. You can't have just a simple, what do we want to call it? Character pose. You can't just have a simple character pose. We just introduced that. No more museum poses. You can't just have a simple character pose. Now, you can, But with that diorama base, would you want to?
It's
of
forcing
course,
your hand, Leo. It
Yeah,
is.
and that's
Look, if
and
Hot Toys
then-
wants to send us one that we can try out and practice for them to see if it works, I'm more than happy to.
right, and I think this is also like a marketing move, right? By they adding this type of diorama, it will, collectors that have Instagram or Facebook or whatever, they're gonna start putting pictures and show to the people, hey, this is how awesome this looks, and that's gonna start getting other peoples to get this with that particular base, So everything they do is just they know what they're doing, they know what they're doing. But I love that base. I think yes, it's gonna add more space, but at the end of the day, you have a diorama fully licensed by Hot Toys, and I think I just kind of see it that way.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think so too. And it is a really, really cool piece. Ultimately, yeah, I think this is going to be a really popular one. It's, yeah. And the fact that Justin and I talked about this, the fact that they're releasing the black suit not long after the film comes out with the gold, that's really cool. I love that Hot Toys is doing that. Like this is, because this one's going to be like 2 years away. So the fact that we're getting at least something that coincide with the film's release, I think that's really nice. So I'm kind of going to throw a little bit of a curveball to you guys here, because I know Liel brought this up earlier. This is one that dropped, right? And this has caused quite a bit of, excitement in the community, because a lot of people really wanted this figure, and obviously there's no chance in hell that Hot Toys ever makes it. I don't believe anyway. So this is a So-So Toys, the Trickster Classic Loki from the Loki Disney Plus series. So I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts on this. We'll go sort of top to bottom again. So Dante, did you see this Trickster? Is this one you would consider picking up? What are your overall thoughts on it?
I really hate this piece. I think it's the worst goal. I'm just kidding. This is amazing. Man.
It scared me, man.
When I saw
scared
this,
me, man.
When I saw this piece, I was like, God damn it, I have to get this one.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, I love Loki is one of my favorite characters in the MCU. And when I saw the show, when I saw this guy, I'm like, damn, I just really, I wanted Hot Toys to do it. But you know what? Third parties, it's kind of like, I start review third parties. I don't do much third parties. I have, few, but this company, So-So Toys, has been killing it, man, with Hesculps.
Yeah.
And this is just a perfect example of it. I just really hope, fingers crossed, that the final product doesn't get downgraded. I think it's not, but with third parties, you never know, I guess.
Yeah.
This looks amazing.
Yeah, it's a really unique looking figure too. So John, what do you think? Is this a consideration for you?
I think it looks great, and he was good in the show, but not for me. I'll be passing on this one, mate. I'm probably going to get Loki from the show and maybe Sylvie. Yeah, I think I'd like to do some stuff with them. I feel like you could have a good play around with those guys together. At the minute, this isn't on the radar for me. Still looks cool though. Looks very cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool and unique. It definitely pops with the yellow and the green. But Leia, what do you think?
Fuck yeah, I'm getting this. You already know. Why you gonna basically ask me? You already know that.
Even ask you.
Why did you even ask? I'm getting this day one, bro. Like seriously, like this piece, because
it's already on PO.
This is the thing. How I want to create this, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, fuck yeah, because it's gonna allow me to recreate that scene. It is going to allow me to recreate the scene. And the thing is, you got to look at, not only are you just getting this, you're getting, bro, do you see? Yes.
Alligator Loki, yeah.
And who else?
The little frog Loki.
Yeah, you're getting exactly, bro. So you're getting so many different elements. You're also getting like the goblet. You're actually getting the throne. I think they are going to give you the throne with this.
No throne. Yeah, I think they're not. Maybe they'll make a deluxe version.
They might, because they didn't. It could possibly, like, if I would hope that they would, because this piece is incredible. If they do, I'm in it. But I just want to recreate that scene, and if I actually have all three of them together, bro, like come on, man, like it's just, being a comic book fan and actually seeing this realized in 6 scale fashion. You know what I mean? You get the OG Loki costume, the original OG Loki costume, and even if they don't release the throne, I'll get you can put this on any throne and it will look incredible. But man, like, I cannot wait to get this piece, bro. I am so excited. When I saw it, I was gonna hit you up, Will, but I was like, nah, because I already know how you felt about third party figures.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, I'm just not gonna do it. But I know I have faith in So-So. their figures so far have never steered me wrong. Yeah, this is a day one for me. This is a day one for me. I cannot wait. I'm really, 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 really excited about this piece. And the thing is, it just lets me know that, again, other companies like Hot Toys, they already let us know they're not going to release this piece.
It's not happening.
You'll never see this piece with them because they don't deem it popular enough. But somebody beat them to the punch, and I'm happy that they have. Like this so far looks incredible to me. It looks like Now, here's the thing. The only thing that I'm thinking about here, though, that kind of scares me about this piece is the cape. The cape looks a little, cheesy. It doesn't look like the material. It looks like kind of cheap, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'll do what I can with it, but I cannot wait, bro. I can't wait.
Yeah, and I'm seeing the comments. I saw one that this figure releasing had them reconsidering getting Loki and Sylvie. Like they're going to get them to pair with this figure. So to complete sort of the line of the film,
that's what
right?
I'm doing.
But like you're right though, Layout. Hot Toys is never going to make this because they barely released Loki and Sylvie. I mean, it took forever for those protos to come out. So I mean, let alone those two, you're definitely not getting classic Loki. But I posted a comment. I was like, I think I'm going to break people's hearts because I don't think I'm getting this. It's not that I don't like it. I do like it. I know I'm the resident Loki guy, right? But I like Tom Hiddleston Loki. That's my Loki, right? Richard E. Grant was fantastic. He was really one of the better parts of the show. Like he was really great in the episodes that he was in. But Leia, like my general thoughts on third party. Like I'll make some exceptions here and there, mostly video game characters.
Yeah.
But I can't deny this looks good. The head sculpts are really good. They really are. They're very good. And it's just, I think my dilemma really ultimately is how much connection do I have to this character? And there's really not much. I think that's it has really nothing to do with how good the figure looks. I think it looks good. I'm not overly connected to the costume or the character. What I really want is alligator Loki. That's what I want. I want Florida Loki. So if someone will just sell me that, that's kind of what I want. But, I just feel like, it's a great looking figure, no doubt. So if you love the character, I think this is a really good purchase. But just for me, it's a pass just because I don't really care about this version of Loki as much. It's mostly just every Tom Hiddleston Loki I'll get.
It's cool because the more people that pass on this, the better it is for me.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting Loki and Sylvie, so I'm getting those two. I love Sylvie.
Yeah.
Sylvie was great. I really like Sylvie.
Sylvie was
so
incredible.
she was a must for me.
And the good thing about this is I think it's releasing next year. I think Q1 or Q2. I think somebody said. I think Joao told me that third-party reviews.
Does Sosa have a pretty good turnaround? Do you guys know?
Yeah, they do. They do. Well, I mean, there was a slight delay on Nightwing, but that's coming this week. I'll have Nightwing this week, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they so far, and that Gambit is incredible.
Oh, that one's really good.
That Gambit is. Did you get that, Will? You didn't get it.
No, I don't.
You're not
going to
get
it. To Gambit that much, but it looks great. I think it sold out, didn't it?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I know I have
great.
mine, so I'm good with that. But I can't wait. I definitely can't wait to get this piece, man, because like I said, it's gonna look really, really, really good next to Loki and Sylvie. So I can't wait.
Yeah.
And the 2012 Loki too.
What'd you say, Dante?
The 2012 Loki.
Yeah, oh
yeah.
That I'm
that
looking
should be
forward
coming
to.
out. Dante, what do your sources say? Is that coming out soon?
Tomorrow. Just kidding. I don't know.
Oh, you got me really excited. So just like made my night, then ruined it. And like I have a second.
I know when Pennywise is coming.
Is that the end of the year?
It's December. That's what I was told.
Oh, okay.
What about Ahsoka, man? When are we getting her?
Ahsoka?
Well, you know what? I was told that Ahsoka and Cable are pretty much ready. The boxes are there. They're just waiting for someone to okay it and release it. That's what I
maybe
was
Sideshow
told.
to get it or something.
I have no idea. That's what I said before. That was what I was told, that they were waiting for that because they want to get some the first wave of I guess orders first. So as soon as it is released, they're gonna start shipping those figures. Kind of like what happened with Miles Morales and Death Watch.
Yeah.
Those were low stock, so it was kind of easy for them. Low pre-order numbers, so that's why it was easier for them to get it faster. But because there was so many pre-orders on Ahsoka, not Pennywise, but Ahsoka, Cable, probably Darth Maul, that's what they're waiting for. That's what I was told. Again, I hope it's true because I need 2 Pennywises in my life. I'm telling you.
I do too. And I think Leao might get one. I don't know.
My brother's getting it. I mean,
Oh, okay. Are you gonna pose it first and then give it to him?
No, I'm gonna let him do it. He's a super penny one. He's a horror fan, bro.
Oh,
Like
okay. Because
he just got Mike Myers. He got Michael Myers. He got Jason. He actually ordered Chucky. He got a third party Chucky that he actually saw. So he's like a horror fan. If you go to his crib, like he's all horror. So, he's going to get it. Tobar, you are absolutely right. But yeah, my brother's going to get it. For real. So
nice. That's awesome, dude. Seriously. It's a great figure. It will be. But here's another one that came out recently. So this is actually the one, the release that came out, I think it was last week. So Hot Toys usually is about one a week, sometimes more. If we're in the middle of the storm, they'll throw 5 out at once. But right now they're kind of slowed down a little bit, right? So with this Captain Marvel, with Leao, I think you're getting this one, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I had her on pre-order a while ago when she first dropped. Not something that I necessarily needed to get first go, like I needed first batch. So when I get her, I get her. But I do have her on order and she'll come. You know what I mean? Forget what people say about, her as a person or, Brie Larson as an actress. I actually enjoy her. I love Brie Larson as an actress. And I don't mind her as a person. Like a lot of people didn't like her. I like her as a person, and I like the character of Carol Danvers and Captain Marvel. It's a brilliant looking piece. I can't wait to get it. I wish they would have gave us 2 head sculpts with this. I think with any figure that we get, we should get 2 head sculpts, like one with an expression, one without. I mean, I think, it should be dimension. They should actually give us like different variances. But nah, this piece is brilliant. Can't wait to get it. Once it comes. I mean, I'm thinking from what I'm hearing, though, it was a low run. There wasn't a lot of people that actually got this. So that tells me that Sideshow will probably get it early. And I'll probably have it, because I have it on pre-order through them. I shouldn't have said their name, but I did. But yeah, definitely I'll have it when it comes. I'll be excited.
Nice. The colors do pop on it for sure.
They definitely pop, bro. It's a brilliant piece. And we'll talk about that though later on A Man Hot.
Yeah, exactly. I like the suit more than the first one though. I'm gonna hear John's thoughts on this. But so John, what do you think? Are you getting this Captain Marvel?
Oh man, I think it's great. I love red too. Red's one of my favorites. I really like. I actually think it looks great, and I like the head sculpt. I do like the head sculpt. Yeah. I'm not going to get it now, as I'm sticking to my rule of just where I am with my purchases. But I have a feeling it's going to last for a while, so I'll probably get it down the road when it's maybe a little bit cheaper. Get it on a deal or something. But I'd definitely like to add it. And like, I don't know if you guys judge people on like Bear Grylls show like I do. She was actually on an episode of Bear Grylls where they got to survive in the wild. I don't know if anyone's seen that.
No,
but
I didn't.
She was badass in it, man. She kicked ass, and and so when I saw that, I'm like, oh, she kicks ass. All right, she's cool. That made me like her. I was like, okay, good effort. Like you didn't, I judge all the celebrities when they do that show, and she was good. She was a baller. So I'm like, all right,
It's kind of like Hot
gets
Ones
me to buy in more
when they do Hot Ones.
Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of like that. You can judge them by that. Shaq was the best, by the way.
Yeah, Shaq is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I like
it.
Yeah, definitely, man. I like her a lot because she actually because it's something personal mainly for me because she donated $4 million towards deaf. And just people who are struggling with and have hearing impairments and stuff like that. Because she has someone in her family that's dealt with it, but also, just because my daughter, like, she has microtia in her left ear, so she doesn't have, her right ear, so she doesn't have hearing in it, but she hears perfectly fine, and she doesn't sign language. She talks normal, but she just can't hear it in that ear. So, her donating towards that. She's also donating, or she donated money towards, certain, for tuition, to pay full tuition and scholarships towards, ethnicity and ethnic colleges and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, she, regardless of what she says, and look, she's a good person to me in my book and from the way I see her. And I love her as an actress. And the thing is, like, when people say that, Carol Danvers, like, they don't really like her personality and how it comes across on film. That's exactly how she is in the books. People don't like her, but it is what it is. So just give it more time, let it flesh itself out. But again, I'm getting the figure, so I can really care less. I want it.
Yeah, as long as you like a man, that's all that matters.
And I know you want to date with her, so
Exactly, dude. So her and Ray, but Leah, what I'd say is I think that your point too ties into the idea of emotional connection. Like you have
Yeah.
like not only to the character but to Brie Larson. So like the
Yeah.
figure is more
Yeah.
important to you because of that. That's what I feel like is that's motivate the best motivation for me with collecting, right? Like it's something I get that has an emotional connection that I want to
Yeah.
look at and that I can always remember fondly in some way. So
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I like
100%.
that. So Dante, what do you think about this Captain Marvel?
I love it, and first time I heard what Lel just said, it's actually pretty nice of her. Very
Yeah.
very nice of her. I mean, I love the character. Nothing against Brie Larson, thank God. I think she's pretty. Just to me
Yeah, there you go.
personally.
That's all you need to say.
But I have some type of emotional attachment to this because my very first review that I did last year was Captain Marvel.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
my very very first video. So I was like, I was happy to get because I love the movie. I really liked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to me this is my ultimate Captain Marvel, right? So obviously this is must have for me. So I'm just waiting to come home. Hopefully in the next few weeks I'll have it. I didn't do pre day one on this one, just because I didn't have the need to have it like right away.
Mhm.
But I love the character. I mean,
Yeah.
the colors pop very nice. I love the head sculpt. I think they did a really good job.
Yeah.
I don't care if they reuse the same hair sculpt from the first one and they just reshape the hair. I don't
Yeah.
really care. I think it does look very nice.
Yeah.
And I do agree with Lael though. They should have two hair sculpts with different expressions
Mhm.
because you can pose it in different ways.
Yeah.
But I can also see the reason why they don't do it is because
Yeah.
maybe they want to give you another version with another so
Yeah.
it's sad, but I guess it is business, right?
Business is business, bro.
Business
That's
is
how it
business.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get what you mean. So, do you guys worry about this fabric or this material with posing and all? Do you think this would rebound well?
It does for me because it's just like the first, like the material looks exactly like, and I watched Justin's review on it, and it looks
Yeah.
exactly like the first. I have two of the first ones. I bought two strictly because I wanted to have one with the helmet, and then one without the helmet with the jacket on. And I literally love these figures, bro. They're two of the best, figures that I have in my collection because of the presence. And it just looks well. I couldn't wait to get this, and I love the first one so much that I got a second one. And yeah, like I just love the simple fact that we are getting, these, characters, and that's cool. You know what I mean? Man Hot, like Dante, he actually had that as his first review. That's dope. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
That's cool.
to have that type of connection with it, and it's like full circle, man. Like, so I mean, and it's a lot of us. Like when we have, like my first official review was for the Black Panther. You know what I mean? So that of course that's why I love that figure so much. And I'll always, if they release another version of it, Wakanda's gonna always be in my wheelhouse. But yeah, I love this piece, man. Love it.
Yeah.
That's why that's why I didn't sell it because I usually I don't like to have two of the same characters. But in this particular case, I'm gonna keep that one just because that's the attachment I got with that figure, right? When I did my crappy review the very first time, like trying to do something, right? And then with this
Yeah.
one, obviously, it's gonna be a very nice thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that
That's
makes
cool.
sense. So we do got an amazing super chat. Aaron Logan, thank you so much. Leo, this one's for you. Leo, I bought Lando. You've spoken to my soul. He's a beautiful figure.
Nice, bro. Aaron, I'm telling you, bro, like it's the thing is with Lando, bro, he's a character that you can get away with a character pose without too much dynamic because he's not as dynamic as he doesn't need to be super dynamic. You know what I mean? He's a general, he's smooth, he's laid back, so I definitely love that figure. Like it's just something that, so if you got it, hats off, bro. You got an amazing figure coming your way. I love it, best by far. And yeah, man, let's go. More Star Wars though. Come on, just give us more Star Wars. Give us more 40th anniversary, man. Give us Bespin Han. Give us, just give us everybody, bro. We want it.
Yeah, absolutely. And now everyone decided, Dante, everyone's messaging me. Dante, you want me to show this picture? Because I can do it if you want. Because it looks like Dante sent me. Oh,
He got it. Dante, you got it.
Is this yours, Dante?
no, is Joao third party review. He shared with me. He asked me to share it with you, so that's
Oh.
why I sent it to you.
Dude, that looks real nice.
Mine to be here this week. I cannot wait, bro. I cannot wait. This piece is definitely something I've waited for. I was anticipating, man. This thing is going to be incredible. But we'll talk about it more, man. Hot.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna keep
Once you
plugging
get your,
something.
let him review the resume. at
Yeah, he's
least, you
reviewed
know.
my resume. I got an email back. It's being reviewed right now.
Okay,
and
perfect.
They'll
Okay.
get back to me by the end of this
Okay,
week. So
okay.
it's promising. It's definitely promising. man.
So we got another amazing. Thanks so much, Word Nerd 711. It really does mean a lot, man. Thank you. I love your presentations, informative, ridiculous. You're a nut. Hey, I get that a lot, so I appreciate it. Leo gave me the platform to do those, so at this point, you know, I have to just thank him for allowing me to keep doing it. So
You can't stop now because people expect that shit. So it has to keep going. Like you have
Right.
to, bro. If everybody, the thing is, it's like the expectation, not from me, but for some people who thought it might have actually failed. That shit just took off. Everybody expects it on
Right.
Wednesdays. Like it's just, and if you don't get it, people ask
yeah,
for
when
it.
I don't do it, I get in trouble.
Yeah, it's like you get in
people
trouble,
message
like-
me, they're like, "Will, what the hell?"
With the why no
Yeah.
segment? So you know what I
I
mean.
know.
So yeah, nah, that's gonna be on point.
Yeah, it's
Love it.
on
I love
point.
this segment. It's just
Thanks,
just brings
man.
us so much more element to the show. Like it's a breakaway, and it's like a good breakaway. It's like, you know what? If you ever watched G.I. Joe back in the day, like when that was like, you know, knowing half the battle, that's what it is, bro.
Exactly. And Aries said he's getting his Lando on Tuesday. That's exciting. So I'm considering Leo. I really do want Lando. Optical and I've been talking about this. He's
Yeah.
dropped, like Tim Sen has him very cheap right now. He's
Bro,
getting
get it.
lower and lower. Like
Get it.
he's like 210 shipped on Tim Sen right now.
Get
So
it.
like I'm
Holy
waiting
cow.
maybe till Black Friday. I want to see if he gets under 200. If he does, I think I'm gonna jump.
Get it, bro.
So,
Once
like,
you get that thing, man,
I
like
know.
it's.
I do want him. but-
The thing is, it was worth. It's always been worth the wait, and just like somebody said, the tailoring is near perfect on that thing. You know, you can manage it, like you can futz with the collar to basically let it lay flat. It's an amazing piece, bro. I am
Yeah.
so overjoyed that I actually have it. And if you get it, you will too. There it goes. There it
Oh,
goes.
there it is. There it is.
There it goes. He's a
Yeah.
beautiful piece, man. Beautiful
Yeah.
piece.
Dante
It
bringing
is.
some heat.
Dante, you want me? Oh, Dante, you want me to solo you, Dante? I can if you want to show the figure. Oh, Dante, you might be muted. Sorry, and now your camera went off. This is hilarious.
Bye bye, Dante.
I know. There we go.
I'm gonna send something to Will too.
Yeah, let me know. Because everything, Dante,
Nice.
you and Leo, can you guys speak to the cape? Like I've heard the cape is a common complaint.
It's not as bad as people think, because the thing is, it's wired as well, and if you
Yeah.
futz around with it, it makes it look it looks perfect, bro. Like
Right.
the thing is, it's like people were worried, because even me, before I got it, I was kind of worried about I was worried about like just the tailor, you know, straps. And I did basically buy a couple pieces that, you know, would give it more element and stuff like that. But regardless, bro, like it's simply amazing.
I like that pose, Dante. Leo, do you have
Yeah,
yours
that's
and
good.
something similar to that with the blaster? Or?
I'm sending it. Well, I don't have it with the blaster, but I'll send you a couple of different pieces, different things that I've actually had. And
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
yeah, I'm sending it to you right now.
Because it is a serious piece. I mean, it's really nice. I'm just trying to decide. I got a lot of pre-orders right now, and that's kind of the dilemma for me. I'm just trying to keep up with everything. Let's see. I'm opening it up right now. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Your pictures of that layout.
Nice, dude.
That was when you did the effect on it.
Oh, that's dope.
When looking at Han was awesome.
I kind of miss getting that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I'm
is
telling you, bro.
Man,
It's you need, if you don't have this in your collection, like get it. He is like Wayne Wayne Stain. Yep,
Wayne
he is a
Stain.
space pimp. He is a state. And this was like one of my favorite poses right here. You know what I mean? It was one of the ones that I was playing around with, and I just loved it. It gives it so much pride. Again, you don't have to have a lot of dynamics with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Right.
you know what I mean. If you put them up against Leia, you know, it's just perfect. I love it, bro.
Nice.
Yeah. It's
I like that. I
seriously-
like that pose though.
It seriously is super nice.
Pretty
But guys, we've talked about some really great figures, and this one actually was a little bit inspired by Dante. So this question, because we all, you know, we like to collect a lot of different things. Some of us do statues and figures, some just do figures. But I think this is a really important question, because I always like to get philosophical on this show. Like sort of the more gritty, like, you know, in-depth details of why we collect and what we collect and how we do it. The more, you know, the practical concerns, right? So the question I want to pose you guys is, do you collect with current space in mind, or do you make space for the pieces you can't live without? In other words, do you buy things you don't have space for at the time in the mindset of you're going to make space because you love it, or do you only get things you know you can display with space right now? So I'll start with you, Leo, on this one. How do you approach that?
Um, I always basically make space for my figures, and the thing is, I have to collect based on the IP and based on what I figure will fit. Now here, the worst part about being a collector and being a fan is like, especially if you're a fan of all three IPs. I'm a fan of DC. I'm a fan of Marvel. I'm a huge, super huge Star Wars fan. So I have to be selective, but then it's hard to be selective about these figures. Like, as much as I wanted to get, the Bro Thor, the Fat Thor from Endgame, I passed on it. I literally did. And the reason why is because I didn't have to recapture that moment. Like, I really didn't have to. I already have Cap pose the way I want. I already have Iron Man, the Mark 85 pose where I want that particular figure. It's not that I don't think it's excellent, but there are certain sacrifices that you have to make because of space. If I compare that one to the Endgame, Infinity War, and also the Ragnarok version, that wins all the time. That one always wins because it was a lot of presence in that one. So that sacrifice. But for me, it's like collecting within mind of how I want to visually tell a story, and how if the space will complement that. So it kind of keeps you disciplined to the simple fact that you boils you down to, what, I don't really need every figure. I don't need everything. It has to speak to me. I'm not just going to buy just because, and I'm definitely not going to buy just because somebody else tells me I should. You know what I mean? So I always just want to manipulate, because even now, like for instance, I don't necessarily think I need, that, even though I think, a certain company I just don't want to name, and it's not a Sideshow, kind of messed up on an order. There's a certain figure that like that Cyborg Spider-Man. Even though it's dope, I don't necessarily need it.
Right.
Like I don't really need it, because I still have the classic suit Spidey. I cannot wait till they release that. That's going to trump every Spider-Man figure that I have, because it's the classic suit and I love it. But again, it's all about thinking about having an idea visually what you want to do. Even if you don't want to tell a story, you have to look at your cabinets, or look at your collection and how you have them positioned, and say, well, do I really need that figure there? Or do I want to actually rearrange pretty much everything I have for the sake of one particular figure that I'm getting? You know what I mean? I think it's, but again, it's hard when you're a fan of all three IPs, you know what I mean? And when you like to pose. You know what I mean? And then finding somebody like John, it's going to make it even effing harder, bro, because that's all we do is pose. And it's like we exchange ideas when we pose. You know what I mean? It's a gift and a curse when it comes to something like that. So I think it's like, when you're with the current space in mind, you have to kind of just say, look, do I need this piece? Do I not need this piece? Can I? Now, and the thing is, like this, like I think next week I have the Arkham Harley coming. And I really love that piece, because I have a connection to the game. I have a connection to DC figures, and I love that version of Harley. I actually love that version of Harley than any of the, Margot Robbie pieces, from the cinematic version, because this particular character is insane. You know what I mean? That figure is insane. Even with not really too much articulation, I can still basically pull off a character pose and love what I get from that particular figure. So again, it just, when it comes to spacing, I think that spacing really, it's a discipline. It really disciplines to let you know that you don't really necessarily need everything. You know what I mean? So that's just my take on it.
Yeah. So Dante, where do you fall on this issue, this question?
Man, okay, so the way so I'm just gonna put myself. I'm just gonna speak straight from myself. So my issue is basically space, right? However, if I'm looking to get something like Pennywise or or something like, I don't know, like
The Joker.
I will definitely find a space for that. Even if I have to kind of like sell other pieces just to make space, but I think the first thing comes to my mind is my budget, right? If I can afford it, I will buy it. If I can't afford it, I will just look at it and just cry. you know,
That's how you do it. It's true collector. Right
it
there.
is the truth. I mean, if I can, I can't. I
Yeah.
have 3 kids. And
Yeah, yeah,
and
bro.
man, Christmas is coming, Lyle. You know how that is.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
You know, I have a
One is
3-year-old
hard
that
enough.
she doesn't ask me for anything, but I have a 15-year-old and a 13-year-old, so they're gonna ask me for stuff.
Yeah, bro.
So those lists, they're not cheap. but
Bro,
but
between me and my girl, we have a total of 6 kids between
Oh.
us right now. So yeah, nah. And I just took yesterday we went Christmas shopping. So yeah, stop playing.
Yeah,
I gotta really
Yeah.
think about that. And that's why, like I said, it
Exactly.
comes in handy when you put stuff on, when you're pre-ordering, you're paying stuff off, you gotta kind of budget that way. So,
They all need a
Mhm.
PS5.
They all, yeah, right.
bro, true story. Like yesterday we went and the oldest was like, yeah, I want to because she saw like this Pokemon game and it was for the Nintendo Switch and she
Oh.
wants the Switch now. And I'm like, son of a
You're
bitch.
like, shit. So much for classic Loki.
And then you
Yeah,
need to
bro.
get two because you play video games as well.
Exactly.
So that's why I stopped playing video games, because I got a PS5 for my son last Christmas,
Yeah.
and I wanted to get one for myself, but then it was sold out everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? F it. I'm not. I'm just gonna wait
Yeah.
until eventually one day we'll have a PS6.
Yeah.
But
There you go.
anyway, going back to
Yeah.
to the topic, space is a big deal, obviously, right? Because you want to get even if the space is not the even if the space is not the issue, you also need to think about, is it what you really really want, right? Because when you start collecting, and this is probably a tip, maybe not, but when I started collecting, me personally, I was buying pretty much. I started with Star Wars because I love Star Wars,
Mhm.
but then I said, you know what? I like that Terminator. Oh shoot, let me get this one. Oh, but let me also get the first movie. And now, oh, but you know what? I like DC as well. Okay, let me get Batman. Let me get Wonder Woman. Let me get Superman. Oh, you know what? I love Marvel. Let me get Iron Man. Let me, so that's and
Yeah.
at one point I fell to the hole like bad, because I didn't have any order. Like I was just out of,
Yeah, we've
you
all
know,
been there.
like I was crazy. I was just buying whatever. Day one, I was buying $300. Okay, I'll buy it. That was me when I started. So that's why when I give advice to people, I just kind of put myself as idiot who made that mistake.
Yeah.
No, but it's
Because
good.
I did, and I think us as a content creators, I think our responsibility is to educate new collectors so they don't make the same mistakes we made.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the purpose of
Like a
all
parent,
this, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much like a parent, right? Pretty much, you don't want your kids
YouTube
to make
parent.
the same mistakes you made.
Yeah.
Change Dante's name to Papa.
Exactly. Papa Man of
But-
Hot Collectibles.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so
bro.
space is my biggest issue. But if I want to get something, I'm gonna make space for it, because I don't think it's fair if you buy stuff that you really want and just put it in the box and just leave it there.
No.
What's the point, right? You want to display it, you want to show it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
John-
that's
John.
Ryan said, "Teach me, Daddy."
Not you, John. The other John. Jonathan from
Oh, Collecting
Collecting
Weekly.
Yeah.
Yeah, who I invited to come on tonight, but he couldn't make it, so he was too busy making another reissue rant, probably.
Yeah,
So-
probably. Yeah.
So, John, how do you approach this? We had some really good thoughts out there so far. How do you do like the spacing thing?
At the minute, I am so I'm kind of in both camps. At the minute, I'm creating space because I'm going to be setting up a whole new display, so I have more room to put the figures I got.
Yeah.
Once I get that, I'll have plenty of room. Comparison to what I only have about 26 figures at the minute. So space-wise, I'll have plenty of space, so that's not an issue. But for collecting reasons, I only collect the characters I really like. Like I've got Transformers to Iron Mans to Marvel, DC. If I have a connection with it, then I'm going to collect. Like I'm going to get it. And then it comes down to like, what time do I want to spend with the character? Like Hawkeye, I'm like, at the minute I'll be spending the next couple of weeks playing with him. So that's a big part of the collecting for me, is spending time with the character.
Yeah.
Do I really like them? Like I've got, after yesterday getting that 2012 cap, I've got 5 Captain Americas. Now I could have just got one and got other characters, but I love that character so much, and I buy into him, him as a person, and that I have a vision for my display. Like I envision doing displays of like all 5 together, different poses, like a shrine to the character. So that's kind of like how I collect. So I've got to be creative with my content, and that's why I like the storytelling stuff, because I don't have a lot of characters, but I have the characters I love and I like playing with them. So that's why I do so much posing and storytelling stuff with them. So that's kind of why I'm in it. It's more the time I get out of it, the doing, the playing. Displaying it to random people isn't a thing for me yet, because no one's coming in here but my daughter and my cousins and stuff, and they couldn't care less how they look.
Yeah,
that's more of a storage unit in between playing with them at the minute. So that's where I'm at.
Because and I think it's a really good question. By the way, John, you have a very nice compliment here. So Word Nerd, thank you so much. Thank you guys for introducing me to Iron Logan. I knew nothing about him. His channel and posing was super fun, fantastic.
Oh, thank you very much. Thanks,
so there you
Word
go, John.
Legend.
Yeah, so you're having some great feedback already, man. So that's exciting.
I appreciate it,
bro.
Cheers.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
No, he
doing
does
what I
some
love.
really good poses. Yeah, he showed. I saw your poses, your videos, and on Instagram as well. And they are
appreciate it, man.
really. I love just
Yeah.
the angles. I think I told you this before. I love the angles.
Yeah.
how you do the
When you had
poses.
me on your stream, mate, you were
Yeah.
telling me we got to do. I got to get you on posed up soon so we can do.
Oh, yes.
I have to tell you, I watched your posing video of Hawkeye the other day, mate. That 4-minute video, I wanted it to be longer. Your poses with him were fantastic. I'm like, damn it! Like, I wish I had thought of that.
I'm kind of the
No,
odd
you're
man out of
posing
this group
fantastic.
in my own stream because I'm the worst poser here. So
Don't worry
You see,
about it.
I,
Will,
li-
don't
I
worry.
like to pose my face, and this is some maybe a fun fact. I love to pose. I love do posing, but I don't do much posing. Like in terms of my collection, I mean, if you see them, it's more like a semi museum pose. It's not like a super crazy dynamic. Even though I can do it because I love posing them, I just don't do it. I don't know if it's just because maybe because I don't have much space. So if I do like a dynamic pose, it's gonna take more space, right? And right now my shelves are like I have like 5 figures in one little space. I'm just waiting for my mojo cases, so hopefully next year I'll get them.
there you go. I had a real quick one. This one was not part of the plan, but someone dropped a comment and a really good question. What do we do with boxes?
I burned them. I burned
Good
them so I can
thoughts.
just get some heat in my house.
Okay, that's what you do.
No, I'm just kidding.
That and the money. Just toss the money in there.
With the boxes, what I do is 2 things, right? I have some shelves on the side, and I just put it like based on the colors, kind of.
Yeah.
And then the other ones I just put in the basement, but I pretty much wrap them up and label it. So let's say if I want to get something, I just go to my little spot I have and I look for whatever character and just can see the name there. So just grab the box and do whatever. But for the most part, I leave only a few art boxes because I don't have no more space in my basement either.
Yeah, see, I have a walk-in closet in my room, and I've literally filled it with Hot Toys art boxes. So like I have the clothes in there still. They're hanging, but the art boxes are below them in the closet. So
That's exactly what I do.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, dude. It's seriously crazy.
One quick little thing, sorry. My goal was when I start collecting was I don't know, I saw somebody like years ago. I wanted to put the figure next to the box, right? But then I realized if I'm gonna get, let's say, 50 figures, like I'm gonna need a bunch of details because you can only put one box and a figure in one shelf. I don't think you can put 2 boxes. Maybe you can put 2, but to look nice, you put one and the figure, right? But obviously that was just at the beginning. I was able to do it because I only got like 4 figures, so it was easy to do. And then I got another detail, and then okay, I can do 8. But then as the collection grows, it's like, oh, you know what, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, John, you said you kind of have your boxes in a closet type display. Either you guys, none of you get rid of
Literally.
your boxes. Do you get rid of the shippers at all? No.
My daughter paints on the shippers, so she
Interesting.
she does some artwork on them. So the shippers, unfortunately, because I'm not planning on reselling them, the ones I get are the ones I get for me, right? So I don't necessarily worry about the shippers. But yeah, she paints them, and then they get destroyed eventually and vanish.
So if you do ever
But
sell them, John, they'd be like, "Why is this painted like in pink and like?"
Oh yeah,
green?"
not the art box, just the shipper box, But the art box I keep in the walk-in closet, like you. Holy crap!
Oh, Dante, that's a cool way of doing it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
that's
don't have
actually
the
smart.
space for that.
Yeah,
space.
it's actually smart. I have them all in a closet, and then because I have an attic too, but I keep the shippers in the attic, but not any of the art boxes because I have accessories in the art boxes, and I don't want to put them up in the attic in the extreme weather. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the dilemma, I think. But if you start getting into statues, and Dante, I know you'll see this if you get a statue. The boxes
Thanks.
are huge, so storing those boxes, right? You have space, and storing those boxes is not fun. So, you got to find a place to put these big. A lot of the Prime ones are 2 boxes. So, like Baldur came in a box for the base, then a box for the other stuff. So there's 2 big boxes I have to store. So a lot of people use storage units. I've never done that, but I've thought about it.
If you have a house, I think it's a waste of money. My personal opinion, right? I
Yeah.
think you need to find a space in your house to put it. If it's whether the basement, the garage, build something, build some shelves, put it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a lot of figures. I mean, compared to other collectors, I think I have like 80 something or 80.
Mm.
So right now is not a huge problem.
Yeah.
I put it in the basement. It's organized, labeled, and everything. I have
Yeah.
the box of the Millennium Falcon here in the
That looks
garage because
great.
it's a huge box. So
Okay. So Leah, how do you approach this?
I mean, the thing is, I keep both the shippers and, the art boxes mainly because, especially if I'm moving around, if I have to move to another location, I'll have that there. I keep all my accessories in my boxes. Like all the accessories are there because it's easier for me to find it. I have my shippers and everything labeled so I know what's in what box. And it for me, it makes, I mean, yeah, it's tedious. It does take up space, but then at the same time, I'm in the basement, so I have more space to kind of play around with. When it comes to like my office space and stuff that I have down here. But again, yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's like, I hear a lot of people say, you know what, I destroy like the shipper boxes and stuff like that because I don't really need them. But then I cringe because it's like, okay, yeah, still, if you have to pack them away in your, say for instance, if you move or if you have to go
Right.
somewhere else
Mhm.
and you pack them away in that art box, myself, I want that art box protected as well. So that's why I keep the shippers to basically just put it in the art boxes. The art box gets damaged. I mean, the shipper, if the shipper gets damaged, at least it somewhat protects, the box. So that's what I look at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
that makes
definitely an
sense.
interesting one. Yeah. It's an interesting conversation for sure. So yeah. And how do you guys normally store accessories? Is that any different? Do you keep them in the box? Because
I
normally
keep
that's
them in a box.
I keep them in the box.
Yeah.
Some people use like those containers, but I'm like, why would you do that? Because then they label them, but I'm like, why go to that trouble when you have the box that already does that for you?
Yeah.
So
That's the
I'm
thing.
wondering why you would do that. But what do you do, John? Do you keep the accessories in the box?
Yeah, I keep them in the box. Like I kind of get like I have to go into the boxes a lot because I'm swapping and changing parts a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm not at the. I just haven't really thought about putting them in a fishing tackle box or something like that. I'd prefer
Yeah.
just to keep it in the box. It's good to I get to look at the box again and remember what accessories I have when I decide to play with the figure, and so
Yeah.
I don't mind that part of it. So I just keep them in the box, mate.
What about you, Dante? Same thing
for what do I do with
for
both
accessories?
boxes? Oh,
Yeah,
for
with
accessories,
Yeah. Do you keep
I
them in the
do
box?
this. No, I put
Oh,
it
so
here.
you are one of those. So you keep them in the tackle
Oh,
box. Okay. So Dante, I want
okay.
you to explain why do that instead of keeping them just in the regular box.
Because again, if I have time, I want to do like a posting videos. So
Mm,
to me, if I want to go and get some specific character, I don't want to go to my basement, take the boxes, take
gotcha.
everything out because I wrap it up. So it's kind of like safe, and in case in case something happens, it is protected. So that's why I get these little cases here, which is super cheap. I think I got it from Depot for like two for $11 or something like
Yeah,
that,
and they do the job.
and they do the job. And what I do is I
Oh,
don't
nice.
label this though. I don't label this. But I put it in some type of
Ziplocs.
Ziplocs, so
Oh,
it gets protected, additional protection as well. And I can get those Ziplocs for like 99 cents. I go to the 99-cent store and just get them, and have a bunch of this
Sweet.
done. This is very good. To me, it's just perfect. I don't
yeah.
have to worry about even the head sculpts. Like when I have the head sculpts, I wrap it up, put it in a Ziploc, and then put the accessories in another Ziploc inside another Ziploc, just to
Mm,
everything is protected. You don't get scratches or anything like that.
okay.
You know.
That's smart. But so we got one
Yeah, that's
question real
nice.
quick. Big Collector. Thank you so much, Big Collector. Amazing $2 super chat. Hey guys, are you picking up Sideshow's Gambit? I think none of you are. Cause Leo, you're getting the so-so, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna so I canceled the sideshow version.
Yeah, one
I
of the
think I
cases
did
where the
because
third party is better.
I think I did order it, and I believe I canceled it. I think I did cancel it because I was thinking about keeping it just to compare the two. But I was like, nah, it doesn't make sense to do it. So I'll just cancel that one and just go with the so-so because I know basically I'm going to get better articulation and it looks 10 times better and it doesn't have big ears.
Right. There you go. So any John or Dante, you guys getting Sideshow Gambit?
No, it's a pass for me.
No. Yeah, it's a pass for
No,
me as well.
yeah, it's a best. Yeah,
I have no connection to the Gambit character yet, so we'll see how that goes overall. But I have an interesting question for you guys. This is more of a philosophical one because it's kind of our theme on this show. So I think a lot of us, we always talk about like presents for, like on our shelf, right? We talk about how to display our collection, what our collection means to us, and what exactly it means in terms of like overall, like just showing non-collectors. We talk about shelf presents, what figures are going to pop, what are going to impress people, and this and that. But I don't think we've ever really talked about like how would you describe the joy of collecting to a non-collector? Because I'm sure you guys always get. I know I get it in real life a lot. When you tell people you collect, like, and you tell them what you collect, they're like, oh, like why do you do that? So how do you guys answer that question? I'll start with you, Lael, on this one. So how do you answer that question when non-collectors ask you like why do you collect, or like how do you explain the joy of collecting to them?
Oh man, it's simply easy. It's always going to be the same answer. It's
Nostalgia.
Yeah, it is. It's nostalgia. It's it's like, for instance, if you buy or if you have a film, if you see a film that you love and you want to keep, you want to be able to, visually see this for the rest of your life, you'll buy like the you'll get the physical media. You'll buy the DVD. You can have it in your collection. You can watch it back and forth. Me, I grew up a collector. Since the tender age of when I recognized it. When I saw Star Wars for the first time in 1977, I was a collector. I collected Star Wars figures. Yes, I'm old. I'm 48 years old. I'm proud of it. I collected Star Wars figures. I collected G.I. Joe, He-Man, Transformers, Voltron. I collected, Robotech figures, and pieces and stuff like that. I was a puzzle car collector. Again, I've always collected, and it's just the joy of having something that I can relate to that, I've loved pretty much all my life. Having something that you could always, for us, it's an escape, and it's being able to have something that you can gravitate to, that you can, even like in the darkest hour, in the darkest places, you can look to those collections for a center of like just peace. Like it's just a sense of peace that comes over you because, you can look at these pieces and have an appreciation for something that, even if it harkens back to something that happened in your life around that moment, you know what I mean? Such as sharing it with a family member, sharing it with a best friend, moments that you might actually had, discussions that you've had, and again, like this, and I always say this, like the collections, they basically bring us, we're able to fellowship with other collectors, other people, who do the same things. Like I say this, like I've never met any of you guys in person, but it always feels like because even if like with Dante, like we don't talk often, but I watch your show a lot, you know what I mean? So we have a connection there because we're all content creators, but we share the same thing and we get ideas from each other. And I think this how it should be. Like that's the most positive aspect of it. When I think of like, my favorite, time of the year, like people already know Christmas. I love Christmas, but it's not just because of just the feeling of family and stuff like that, but it's just the simple fact that I get a chance to hear things from you guys, how you basically celebrate. And we all have connective tissue when it comes to, just collecting in general, you know what I mean? Like we can, talk to each other, bounce off. And I think it's like we're a brotherhood. Like we're a brotherhood of collectors who look out for each other. We love each other's, ideas and having these discussions. And I think that's what collecting has brought to the table. It's, these are amazing, amazing pieces, paint application, tailoring, story to tell. You have all of that in 6 scale or even quarter scale statues, premium format, however you want to actually see it. You can do that, and it gives you that, like if you think about, like, people always say like it's the expense, like they're so expensive, how can you spend that much money? Okay, I get that, but where else for this, something like this is sometimes with people who have other addictions, serious addictions. If they got into something like this, something that they love, it curbs that and it gives them a center of promise and peace and purpose. You know what I mean? Like, this is not just a hobby. It is a way of life for a lot of people, and it is, a way to like kind of unify in the, in the darkest. Like, listen, if you think about it, and I'm not even trying to get into it on a political stand, and I don't want to take up too much time, but
It's okay.
everyone, we have people from all walks of life, whether it's religious preferences, sexuality, when it comes to like political issues, like you have some Republicans, some Democrats, and you have different views. But in this space, we all agree on collecting. We all agree, and we can love and come together as collectors. And our differences aside, we formulate a community, and it's just like having like a basketball squad. Like, basically, we can joke around and banter with each other, but when it comes to this particular space right here, we protect each other's interests because we naturally enjoy the simple fact that we have a space where we can have these conversations. We can talk about what's coming next. We can look at, well, whether or not we want this. And even if we have differences of opinions, at the end of the day, we still walk away as friends because we value each other's opinions. And sometimes it even makes us think about our own opinion. Like, well, this person's right in a certain aspect. And also, like, we don't think that we have the responsibility to, teach one and reach one and teach everybody else, but we do because we are content creators. But at the same time, we're on an even playing field. Like, I'm no greater than anybody else in that chat, and I love the simple fact that we have this space where we can feel like, it is an importance for us to protect each other, to love each other, and collecting does that. So that's my thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Lyle, I just wanted to let you know
Boom.
that your application has been approved. So,
That's all you needed, Leo. He needed to see proof,
got it.
dude. Proof.
I was like, I like that. I like
Yeah.
that.
See, by the way, Leo, Toya, thank you so much, Toya. It really means a lot. 9.99. That's amazing. I enjoy Leo's collecting as if I'm the collector. I really fell in love with it now. Leo stuck with me forever because that collection is mine.
It is. It is.
Exactly, bro.
Like, the armor is hers. It's not mine. It's
Yeah,
just in my
dude,
case.
don't even mess with it. It's hers.
Yeah, that's hers. Yeah.
So Dante, how do you approach this question? Like, I'm sure you get asked a lot, maybe by coworkers or friends or whatever. Like, why do you collect these things? How do you describe that joy of what you experience with collecting to other people?
I'm just gonna say that I agree with every single word that Al said because he nailed it in the response. He did nail it. When I started collecting, I started with Star Wars because I have a connection with it. I love Star Wars, and I love photography as well. So that's how it started, like taking pictures of my collection, just kind of sharing. I've been collecting for like 6 years now. Hot toys, but I've been collecting other lines before. I collect Transformers, Robotech. It's funny why you mentioned that. Ninja Turtles, like a bunch of other 80s characters. I'm old too. Not as old as Lyle, but
Still approve that.
I'm still in the four base. So it's to me when I decide to open my channel has been open for like years, but I never used it. Like, it's just been open because it's same time as I had my email, right? I officially opened it last year, and I never thought I'm gonna get I never thought I'm gonna get any type of traction because I'm like, oh man, so many good reviewers, so many good people out there. I'm just like starting, like, but maybe nobody will know who I am, right? But I say, you know what, F it. No, they don't. I'm just gonna share what I like, whether
Yeah.
people like it or not. It's just up to
Yeah.
them. I cannot
Yeah.
force people to like what I like, or impose my opinions over others. Right? Everyone is free to say whatever they want, and I respect that. Right? As long as you say it with respect, I'll respect that. Because again, collecting is really not a right or wrong way of collecting. But my initial thought is, okay, if I'm gonna be doing this, if I'm gonna be talking to you guys, I need to be honest. Like, if I made a mistake in the past, I'm gonna tell you because I'm not perfect. We're nobody here in this
Nah,
panel is
exactly.
perfect. Nobody in this panel, and to my knowledge, is
Yeah.
like super rich, can get every single little thing. With
Oh, well, wish.
you know,
I know.
we all wish, right? We try. I mean, we try to get what we want. But to me, the collecting is a connection in the nostalgia piece, what I like when I was a kid, and being able to kind of now afford it and get it for me, right, and then share it to others with my pictures, and eventually now, or actually now, with my channel, with my poses, with my live streams and different shows, I have my reviews and everything, you know I just like that. And in my work, believe it or not, only few people knows that I collect. Actually, one person found me on YouTube and told me, "Oh man, I didn't know that you were man have collectibles." Oh,
Really?
yeah,
I've never had that happen in real life.
yeah, and I found out that he collects as well.
Mm,
So
Wow.
that was kind of fun, because he said, "Man, I knew I saw you somewhere." I was a new employee, anyways, and because he saw me, I guess, in one presentation or whatever. So he kind of like, I know this guy. And then when we were in the office, he approached me and he said that. I'm like, oh wow, damn.
you never felt more famous than that moment.
I know, yeah, that was my
Your
moment.
15 minutes of fame right there.
15 minutes of fame, yeah.
Yeah.
And every time that I saw him on the kitchen or the cafeteria, he comes to me and say, "Oh, I saw you live stream the other day. That was fun." All those things. So
Oh, nice.
it's fun. It's kind of fun, but at the same time, it's scary because I got so many hate messages, man. Like, you have no freaking idea. I have to like delete. The other day, somebody came into my live stream, start offending African Americans, start offending people because of their
Really?
religion. I have to kind of get
Wow.
off. I have to get off for like a couple minutes, and the panel just handle it like champs, and start blocking everything. It was really frustrating to
Yeah,
me
it
because
happens all the
I'm
time.
like,
Yeah.
if somebody doesn't like me, it's fine. It's really fine. This is my hobby. This is not my day job. I don't need this to survive.
Mm.
If I
Right.
decide to stop doing YouTube, I can just shut it down and that's it. Continue with my life. But
Right.
I do this because I like it. I love it. I love speaking and meeting new people. So that's the joy of collecting for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. And before we get to you, John, I know there's so many really good comments. So, guys, I'm so sorry I can't get to them all. But Toya had a really good one, Leo. I'm very much emotionally connected to it in this community now. It's a really beautiful thing. So, for anyone still fighting insecurities about collecting, let it go. Your tribe is waiting for you.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Exactly. I
She's
think.
very genuine about it. And the thing
Yeah.
is I owe her a lot because she's the one who told me to take the leap.
Yeah.
When I started doing reviews originally, a couple years back, I knew I wanted to do it, but I just saw so many great individuals and I never knew how far it was going to take me. But she was always the one who was like, you know what, you have to do it. Do it because you love this. You have a love for collecting, and it was even like when we met, I didn't know how she was going to actually handle it when, I told her, I was like, "Look, I'm a huge super nerd. I like to collect. Like, this
Right.
is what I do, you know what I mean?" And she was all for it. Like, she loved it. She thought it was an amazing thing. And she's supported me from day one, and she's the one who told me to take that leap. She was like, let me jump in without a parachute. You never know where you'll land. You know what I mean? So it was just one of those things that, I knew that she was all in, and she inspired me to do it. So I wouldn't be here with you guys with literally without her, because she's told me, she supported the channel. She's, told me to actually just create the channel, to go live. She was following us when we were actually on, Let's Talk on
Oh, okay.
Sundays over
Okay.
there on
Nice.
Paradox Nerds. So she would follow us there, and she was like, "Yo, when you go live, I can't wait for you to do your own show." And I was like, "Yeah, no one ever watched me." She said, "Yes, they will watch." So you know what I mean? Like, she, definitely inspired me to do it. So she's the backbone and the pillar, pretty much the foundation of, the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube channel. And she really believes in this community, bro. She follows and she watches everybody's channel because it connects her to it. So
Well, and I know, Dante, this is
It's
the kind
fun.
of stuff, third-party reviews. Thanks for being so open about this. If you knew how many times I was asked to kill myself and to close my channel, it's a struggle with the haters. Still believe,
Yeah.
There's always going to be trolls in every community, but that's the kind of stuff that all of us that we see, we call out immediately. But we're like, hey, this
Yeah.
is not welcome.
Yeah.
It's not going to fly. So
Right.
if someone
It is sad though. It is really
it's
sad
really sad.
because
It's
But you
always
know
going to
what?
exist, though.
especially
It's-
when with the other week that I was watching you guys, somebody was attacking Justin,
Right.
saying some
Yeah.
random shit,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? Like
why?
you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to like what I like. But if you don't like it, it's fine. Don't just come harsh, or don't start attacking people and saying, hey, you need to
Yeah.
die, you need to do this, because it's
Yeah.
stupid.
It's dumb.
It is stupid. But
Cowards.
It's the dumbest thing in the world. And then on
Yeah.
top of that, like I said, I mean, if you look, if it's on your channel and you get that, if you get hate on your channel, then you know what? You're doing something great. You're doing something right.
Mm.
You know, you're now, you know, getting hate on your channel or getting hate when it comes to your content, you know, you are now, that's your initiation and you are in the best community. That's
Yeah.
when you basically know, because you're going to get it. And those individuals, because chances are you don't have to say a single word, because people, that's how great this community is, because they'll go to bat for you before you say anything. They'll actually, you won't even know. Somebody be like, yo, did you see that comment? I'll be like, what comment? And they'll probably be like, don't worry, I handled it.
Yeah.
Like literally, that's how great this community is, man.
Yeah. So, John, how do you view this question about, explaining to non-collectors about the joy of collecting?
Yeah, I guess just to touch on what we were just talking about then, with like people being trolls and stuff. Like, if you ever get comments like that, I always just try to remember that I feel really bad for them, because their lives must be pretty hard if they're on here trying to bring people down that are enjoying themselves and talking about the thing we love. Because I don't know about you guys, I don't go to other people's things that they enjoy and love and try to bring them down for entertainment. So I just look down on that, as I feel real bad for them, because their lives must be really hard. And they're looking for a way to, they don't know how to act, so they're trying to get some attention, and generally they're probably around people to get negative attention is how they get attention. So, and that's what I'm going to say on that. In regards to like my joy collecting, to help people understand, like everybody in my life's been pretty understanding, which has been pretty good. I did keep it a secret for a long time, until recently, and I'm 38 now. I've decided to be who I am and embrace who I am. And that's how I kind of got into this channel, is I thought, you know what, like I've been thinking about it for a long time. I enjoy this stuff. I have no one to talk to about it. So I'm going to do it. And I've always been a creative person. So I've always enjoyed making music and drawing. And there's always been something that I have to do creatively. So a lot of it for me is the doing, the making, some of the times I'm my happiest is it's selfish. I'm up early in the morning, I'm making my videos, I'm doing poses, I'm putting them to music, I'm trying to think of how to tell a story. Like that takes up a lot of time and energy, but I love it, and the time flies. Like it really flies for me. So if I'm trying to help explain it to someone, I just say, hey, what's the thing you love the most doing? Okay, cool. Whatever that is that you love the most doing, that's how I feel about this, and you don't need to know anything else. I could say it's because I love movies and I grew up. Some of my fondest memories with my dad was he was away a lot. So whenever he'd be back, he'd take me to the movies, and that was our thing. So being in the cinemas growing up, I saw Bad Boys. I still want my Mike Lowry, 1 6-figure, but I haven't seen Bad Boys in the cinema five times, because I was just, I loved Will Smith from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I used to get home from school to watch that show, and then who's in Bad Boys, and I wasn't allowed to go in. All the stuff from movies brings that back for me, but everybody has something that they love, and I've just happened to find what I know I love, and now I'm okay with being who I am. And I would say to anybody who wonders why we like this, think of the thing that they love. What do you love the most? Some people is going out and spending $500-600. I know somebody who spends like $600 a week and going out to dinner, and then they might ask me, how do I buy these?
Tell my secrets.
Now they just bug.
Oh Jesus, Dante.
Olive Garden, Olive Garden.
It was funny because I saw some meme and people asked me, what does your wife say about you collecting? And I said, well, she knows I make 6 figures a week. I bring 6 figures.
You pre-order 6 figures a week.
I'm like,
pre-order more.
I know, right? Pre-order.
Sorry, but that's a great one. So John, so I get your point. Like you don't feel the need to explain it. That makes sense. But it's interesting because people ask about it a lot.
Yeah, you can. I have explained it to people, like people who work for me. I've been like, well, I really like characters and stories, and like this, right? This Hawkeye. I love Jeremy Renner's in one of my favorite movies ever, The Town, with Ben Affleck. So getting this Hawkeye, yes, I like Hawkeye and I love him in the movies, and this is a great figure, but I also like other films he's in. So this is also a representation of him in a way to me. So I get Hawkeye, and I get, I might kit bash a gem from The Town. Like, how cool would that be? Like, those are the types of things I think about. Like, so each figure, and like same with Iron Man. I love Iron Man's. But my favorite thing about Iron Man was Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Tony Stark.
Oh, the figure, yeah.
So,
the character.
So yeah, so the character, like I love the character and I love the wit and everything about him, and that's why I collect the armor. Yeah, the armors are cool, but I'm collecting Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. So that's the level I get on with it. So I just kind of explain it like that. What do you love? Everybody has something. For me, it's this, and if for you it's dresses or sneakers or going out to dinner or whatever it is, however you feel about that, that's how I feel about this.
Do you think? Yeah, and I really like this comment from AJ. I think all of us have kind of experienced this. He said these last few years have been really challenging, but finding this online community, making so many friends helps so much. Keep on rocking. I think we can all say that.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like we've all experienced
literally.
hardships or depression or difficulties in our lives or obstacles where we failed or something. But this community helps bring us, like people have said, escapism, right? And communal support. Like we've built, like, dude, most of my best friends are you guys now. Like, I mean, most of my best friends, and like I still have some really close ones in real life, but friends I've made through collecting. Like they're the ones that have had my back, and I've never met them in real life, like Alex said. So, I mean, and it's just been so supportive. I've gone through a bunch of stuff, battled stuff. I mean, like we all go through those mental demons. So, I mean, these are things, and collecting helps with that. So,
man, listen,
it's an outlet.
I broke my hand. I literally
you did for collecting.
Listen, I broke my hand a couple weeks ago. Like fractured it, put it that way. The entire time I was in the hospital, I was getting messages from everyone in the chat. Everyone was actually sending me messages saying, look, get better, bro. Hope everything works out. Hope your hand gets better. And I'm like, yo, I don't know these people and they don't know me, but I feel as though like I am mentally, spiritually, and physically connected to them because of just the care that we actually have for each other. Like we just have those chats back and forth. I try to respond to everybody as much as I can, but it's like, when they keep flowing in, it's hard. So you just have to send out one huge, you know what I mean? Just to let everybody know, like, you appreciate it. But I mean, that's just, look, we went through one of the worst years of our lives where we've lost so many individuals, and some were even collectors, some collectors that we have actually lost, so we probably don't even know about. But I think that what kept us all going is the simple fact that we had this community. We could still collect in the midst of, turmoil, you know what I mean? It gave us a sense of peace. I've spent more time down here in my office in the basement than I have anywhere else, you know what I mean? But it's just the simple fact that it's given us a sense of purpose. It kept us grounded. It kept us mentally sane. We can have these discussions. We could talk about different things. It's therapy. Like it's so therapeutic to be able to collect and have a piece of this world, in the palm of your hands, being able to basically pose, admire your figures, content create. For some, this is a means of, they're actually afforded, financially, financial ways to survive as a business. You know what I mean? It does earn you, a certain things. Sometimes, even though I don't, I'm not in the world of, buying and trading, because like I said, I have these things are so sentimental value to me. They hold sentimental value to me when it comes to these figures. So I don't look, for selling anything. But again, we still actually have, that space where, collecting does so much. And that's why I think, people like, Howard Chan and, so many other individuals don't know what they're doing for the community. They don't know how much they've actually given us. A space to enjoy certain things. I mean, it's amazing how we do it. And again, I say this, besides, and I have to correct this because I said it last week and it needed to come with some correction. Besides the simple fact that I get a chance to spend time with the most beautiful woman in the world, you know what I mean, literally, emotionally, physically and spiritually with her is an experience, and it's unlike anything that I've ever experienced in the world, and I love her for that. But besides that, besides my beautiful children and my family, there is nowhere else I would rather be than here with this community every single week. That's why I content create. That's why I have so many shows. I live stream with so many individual people, because I get to meet so many individuals. I get to talk about the things that I love. I can spend hours doing it. And sometimes I'm sick as a dog and you would never know it, because I'm here still streaming and I believe in this community. So there's no excuses. So love you guys. And I'm so happy for being here.
Yeah, dude. We love you too.
Yeah,
and
love you too, brother.
Yeah,
Nice
and
work.
also Iron
Nice
Logan,
work.
I think you have a new #1 fan. So I knew I
Oh,
loved this
wow.
guy, ex Iron Logan, dude.
Yeah.
You got a fan. You got a fan.
Nice.
there.
Appreciate
So
it.
start the OnlyFans
Someone
account,
tell my
bro. Pull
wife.
it up. Get it started. Get it started.
Yes.
Ben, thanks so much, Ben. Ben, it really means a lot. Always great content from Will and the guys on the panel. Thanks for always putting in the time for the community, gents. We definitely appreciate you guys. You guys seriously, like, all the good comments. I wish I could share all of them. It's like there's seriously some really good ones. And yeah, it's just there's so much good stuff that's said, and I really want to share all of it, but it's so hard. Okay, so I think we got time for one more. This is a question we probably get a lot, right? So we talked about collecting and being a very open space and bringing in, people of all aspects, of all walks of life, right? I think I get the question a lot too from new collectors who are thinking about it, but just kind of can be overwhelming when you first start, right? Like, where do I start? Like, there's so many figures. Who do I buy from? What do I pre-order? What are NRDs? How does that work? Like, there's so many factors, right? That we just all become so accustomed to because we're experienced, right? But where does a new collector begin? So Dante, how did you begin with yours? And like, what would you give advice if you had to give like maybe one or two pieces of advice to a new collector? Like, what would you say when they're first starting out?
Don't do it. I'm just kidding.
Save your money. Go out to dinner.
Save your money, go to the
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because if you can, obviously you can, right? But if you can't, don't even attempt to do it because you might end up in a worse situation. That's what happened to me. That's why I'm saying it.
Right.
I couldn't afford a lot back then, and I was buying a lot of things, and I'm like, shoot. And then by the time comes and I wanted to get my house, I got like a wake up call and said, man, you have so much here and you put so much in your car. Now you need to pay it off because you need to pay it off.
Right.
So that's where I realized, you know what? I think I made the worst mistake because I was buying pretty much everything that was coming before I had my channel. And then I'm like, you know what? This is really dumb. I should have just kind of like have a budget, organize myself, see what can I can afford, and then go from there. So my advice to you guys, if you're starting collecting, is first find a line that you like, whether it's Star Wars, Marvel, DC, anything, there's Transformers or whatever, and then just buy one figure. Once you get that one figure, chances are that you may want to get another one. So before you do that, just put a list of what is the main characters for you and what can you afford, and make an honest assessment. Because if you start buying everything because you like all the characters, you're gonna probably at the beginning you will not feel it, but then at one point you are gonna, and then you're gonna feel depressed because you're gonna start selling your stuff. And that's difficult. When I start selling my figures because I need to buy my house and I need to pay so much crap, I kind of felt like sad. I'm like, shit,
Right.
like selling all these awesome figures. Yes, I make the money back and everything, but still, it's something, a piece of you leaving you, right? So always, check your budget, plan what you're gonna get, make a list of what you really want, and don't listen to us sometimes because and this is
Just
honest,
form your own opinion, in other words. Yeah.
right? Because we like stuff, right? I like pretty much everything, and maybe because I like it, oh, you know what, he likes it, so I'm gonna get it. But maybe you don't need it, so always listen to your wallet. That's my best advice.
Yeah, that makes sense. So John, what would you say?
I guess for me is if you really like want to get into it, do you know anybody, which is probably hard, but do you know anybody that has any that you can look at, to kind of get a feel of what they're like in person and what to expect? For a lot of us, that's probably not possible, but I would say just start with your favorite characters. Like for me, it was the Optimus Prime because it brought back my childhood. And then it was an Iron Man because I loved Tony Stark and the portrayal of him by Robert Downey Jr. And just something in me told me that I wanted that. So that's kind of how I started and how I would say if you're going to get started. For me, it's because I do collect a bit of everything and I don't complete lines and I don't complete certain things. I say just go with your heart. What do you really love? What connects with you? If you love Batman and Superman and you love Iron Man and Thor but not Cap, then just get the ones that you love. Don't look at other people. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. Don't buy anything that you don't have a connection to. And I think you'll be fine. And just be responsible. We're all adults. Manage your money, set a plan, be disciplined. me and Lael talked about this discipline stuff when we did Posed Up together about staying disciplined with many things in life. If you're getting into it, you got to be disciplined, and that's something I've learned. Like I went a little crazy this year, like through COVID, I was like, oh, I'm going to get everything, and then I had to pull myself back in and be like, no, what do I love? What do I want? And I just had to like really check myself, because I went a little wild, and then I wasn't working for 3 months, and I was like, oh,
like,
what have I just
exactly.
I'm gonna need to get out there on the corner, start hustling or something, start cutting lawns. That's what that means down here in Australia.
Okay, gotcha.
Cutting lawns.
There you go.
Out on the corner doing something else.
Just get the OnlyFans, bro. I told you. Start it. You got a fan now.
We'll
you got
do,
one
we'll
subscriber at least.
My hands. So yeah, just collect what you love. What speaks to you? It's like art. If a person who buys paintings or buys whatever, what connects with you? If this connects with you, get it. If it doesn't connect with you, but you like the pose, but if it doesn't connect with you, don't get it.
Yeah.
Get what connects with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and third-party reviews dropped a really good comment. Don't expect others' approval for the figures you buy. Buy what you like and what you can without hurting your life's main responsibilities.
Yes.
Exactly. Like, approval can be a dangerous game.
Yeah, definitely. That's one point.
Yeah.
Like Pennywise, right, Will?
Exactly, Dante.
Like
That's what we're getting
Joker?
to.
Like the Joker?
We're getting to. Emmanuel, dude, he's such a nice guy. Seriously, the guy is such a good heart. Seriously, so many collectors out there who've reached out to me that I've become really good friends with. Like these guys and gals are really, really genuine. And like I said, this community, Lael and all you guys hit on this really well. Like this community seriously is full of some really great people, and it's really helped me a lot and other people too. So. Emmanuel said, I resonate with the whole budgeting and curating your collection. Love what you guys do. An amazing live stream, Will. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. It really means a lot. We also have the man who takes amazing photos in the house. My future roommate.
Kirkwood.
Yeah.
What's
future
going on,
roommate.
bro?
So, Lael, do you get this question a lot? How do you normally answer it, if so?
Yeah. I mean, I think, one of the biggest things here is that you want to make sure that you have, again, it starts with a plan, but at the same time, because you got to always think there's so much out here, so many different licenses, so many different figures, so many different IPs to gravitate towards. You might want to, okay, so again, when you hear us talk and you hear a lot of people talk, you'll know who's genuine, you'll know who's not. And not to say that everyone's not, but you'll know basically if someone's selling or if it's someone who's really genuine about the collecting. You got to keep in mind, and even if they are selling, it doesn't necessarily make that individual bad, because they might be getting it's a residual gain towards their site, whatever. You have to be smart. You literally, really, really, really have to be smart. And what I mean by that is because sometimes people get caught up in the hype. And what I mean by that is that they'll see so many individuals like, okay, how do I make myself relevant? Here's how. I'll purchase this figure, I'll purchase that figure, and then tell everybody that I got this figure. Oh yeah, I got it. It's really dope, and I'm happy that I got it. This person inspired me to get this, so yeah, I got it. Okay, cool. That's completely fine. But at the same time, you have to know that at the end of the day, not too many people care. I mean, this is and it's just really, I'm being as honest as I possibly can. Not too many people care. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is it's like you got to be true to you. You got to look at your finances. Even if you decide to stick to one IP in general, that's completely fine. That's even better. You know what I mean? It's even better. A lot of people speak to like, okay, I collect so many figures per year. That's a good way to be as well. You know what I mean? If you budget yourself to collect certain figures, if you don't basically, if you're the type of person who's a completionist, it's going to be hard for you because you want to complete a certain line. I was one of those, but I realized that, that's not really a good place to be in, because not only is it financially debilitating, but also it's space-wise, you may cash yourself out. You know what I mean? So you got to really, 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 really be smart about it. Also, just be honest with yourself. Like, be completely honest with yourself and say, you know what, do I necessarily need this? I'm not going to collect just because someone's telling me to. I'm not going to collect just because it may, this person they make it look good. You know what I mean? Visually, it looks good. They put a lot of effort into that. you know, you might get it and see something totally different. Always get a second opinion and have someone to reel you back in. Ask somebody, do you think I should actually get this? Ask some of the collectors, do you think I should? But as people that you trust, because again, like, you can't really trust everybody all the time, but people that you really, 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 really do trust. And I think even as content creators, it is our responsibility to be as honest as we possibly can. I'm going to tell you whether or not you should actually get this figure, or if you shouldn't get that figure, if I like or I dislike it. I'm going to tell you right off the back, though, any figure that I get, I like, I love.
Right.
I'm not just buying it just because everybody else, or I'm trying to make a buck, because I ain't making shit. I'm telling you that I like it. I love this figure, and this is the reason why, because it drew an interest. It was something that I was mainly interested in, and this is why I purchased that figure. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get something that I don't like and then tell you that you should get it, knowing that I'm going to probably give it away or I don't like the shit. Everything that's in my collection right now at this very moment, I love, and I'm never getting rid of, and I'm not selling unless I have to, or unless I got 2 of those particular figures and I only needed 1. You know what I mean? Or if I want to actually sell one off and actually make space for something brand new or something else. That's the thing. Integrity is huge. Love your figures. Like, the figures that you get, only collect things that you love, not things that you're suspect about, and you're only doing it because you want to fulfill some type of satisfaction, or you want to make friends, because not everybody's your friend. They might be like, oh yeah, that's a decent figure, but at the end of the day, you won't hear shit from them again.
After you pay that $300,
after you paid that $300, like, that's what I'm saying. Be really, really, really smart. And I think actually, as content creators ourselves, it is our job, because people do watch us, to be completely honest and not give everybody the 52 fake out, bro, for real. Be honest with it. Be honest with yourself. Be smart about it. Budget, get a second opinion, and collect what you love. We always say that. Collect what you love. Not what I love, but what you love. And the thing is, if you say that you loved it, I'm going to like you even more and be like, you know what? I respect you as a man or woman, because women do collect too, and they should get a big up for that, because there's some women out there that has some deep and dope collections, so they need a space too. But man or woman, definitely collect what you love and just keep it moving. But don't listen to everybody. You don't have to. We don't want to cash you out, but we do want to enjoy. I want to enjoy your collections just as much as you do. But I want you to be as honest with yourself as I'm going to be as honest with me, myself. So, again, there you go.
Hey. Spitting facts, as always.
Spitting facts.
Seriously. Exactly. See, John gets it, bro. John gets it. So, yeah, guys, I think, you guys all made really, really good points. There's just so much to look at when you're first starting collecting. But, you know, like you said, Layout, getting what you love, you know, curating what you do have, you know, figuring out what you do want, and not buying into the hype of everything and not listening to what everyone else tells you should want. You really have to look internally. And I've had to do that. Like Dante's talking about. I've made that mistake too. I've canceled plenty of pre-orders. I've gone through. That's why I kind of like to deal with this Loki, right? With the classic Loki. Like, do I need it? You know, and I don't feel like I do right now. So like, maybe later I'll change my mind. But it's one of those where I'm trying to. And I've actually looked at my Excel doc, and I've whittled it down quite a bit to a point where I'm getting happy with how many pre-orders I have and how much money I've tied up. And that makes me feel good, because I'm like, I don't have to stress about it, like how much money I've tied up. So I'm just trying to limit that, you know.
And you know what else makes you feel good too, bro? When you realize that you don't have to pre-order everything.
No.
Yeah.
When you realize
that,
like
JND.
Exactly. JND, you go. But when you think about it, like, everything that drops, people are really quick to pre-order right off the back, and it's like 2 years down the line. Like, it's not, especially. So just keep it, like, put it this way: when it drops, you automatically pre-order. Just to go back a year later and still see it's still in pre-order status. You can still pre-order it.
Right.
So you have the time to do it. You don't have to necessarily get rid of. If you have all these pre-orders already, trim those down, get rid of, and pay those off first, and be like, now I can go back and say, okay, do I want this? Maybe, or I'm definitely want this. I want that. And then once you do that, it'll still be a small. That's the thing. Get everything that you already have on pre-order paid off first. Do that first, especially if you know you have time out, like years. Like, look, some of these figures that they've just released, we won't see them until 2023. You have so much time, and even you got to think 2023 when it's released, and it might be 2004 till you get the figure, like straight up. So just be smart about it because they can always push those dates. So again, you don't have to pre-order everything just because it comes out and it looks decent. You know you're gonna get it. Just satisfy those pre-orders that you have already first, because those pre-orders will still be there. They haven't released. The only time you would probably have to worry is if it says, okay, there's an early release on it, or if it's been released.
Or limited edition.
Or limited edition.
Right?
Then
Like
that's a concern. With statues, you know, you live more in that space where it's a limited, you know, edition. Right. I collect statues, but not a lot. But when it comes to pre-ordering, just be careful. And here's the thing. I'm not telling everybody that you don't have to pre-order, because some people have the budget, they can do that.
Yeah.
But I would, you know, just be really, 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 really smart about doing it first. Just be real smart about it. And if people who tell you, and like I said, if you watch and people like, oh, get this now, pre-order it right now, whatever, just say no. Like literally, you've been saying no to drugs for all these years. Like say no to that.
Say
you
no
know
to
what I
finger
mean?
drugs.
Just be like, no, I'm not going to pre-order right now. I can just wait. You know what I mean? It's smarter.
Right. Yeah. You know, when I do my reviews, right? I because my channel does unboxing and reviews, I have to get pretty much almost everything that comes out, right? But I don't keep a lot of those. You know, I have to sell it back, because if I'm gonna keep everything I buy, I'm gonna be, first of all, I'm all these room will be Hot Toys everywhere.
Right. You're not gonna use
I will
space,
have no room for nothing. So it is not realistic for me to keep everything. Do I keep most of that? Yes, because I like it, right? I like it. But some of them I really don't need to keep it, because one, it is not my favorite character, but the figure is amazing. It looks beautiful, you know, everything, the tailoring and everything. You know, I give my score. Whatever I feel about the figure, I say, right? But I don't keep everything, because I can't. It's impossible for me to keep everything. Now, if I have a huge place, of course, probably I will, right? I will keep the figures, because sometimes you want to keep it, but then you realize, as I should I keep this one or should I keep this one? You know what? I need to keep only this one. I can't keep, because I don't have more space, and that's another thing, you know. So if you're collecting, you know, as a content creator, because I'm doing this unboxing and reviews and everything, I show you the figure, I give you my opinion about it, and that's it. Now, some of them I keep, some of them I don't keep. You know, so that's something that I always tell everybody, because people send me messages and they ask me, "Oh, what do you think? Should I get this one? Should I get that one?" I said, I'm gonna be biased. If you ask me, "Oh, should I get Pennywise or should I get, I don't know, the Cyber Spider, whatever?" I'm gonna say Pennywise 100%. But maybe he likes more Spider-Man than horror movies. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, I'm not the best person to tell you. I can tell you, and I always said this, I'm gonna be biased with my decision, so please take it as that, because you know, you're asking me and I'm telling you what I like, but at the end of the day is what you like. So
yeah,
that's great advice. So guys, there's been a lot of really good thoughts tonight. Like I said, I always enjoy these philosophical discussions, because we can really get into the deep of why we collect, and you know, what we do with our collection, how we manage it, how we talk to other people about it. So it's super important, I feel like. So as we wrap things up, Dante, what's coming up for you, man? Like on your channel, is anything big coming up? What's going on?
So we're gonna have another live stream next week, and Lael is not invited. I'm just kidding.
He got approved.
He got approved. So you're gonna get the official invite. Don't worry, it's definitely coming. I said it live, so if it doesn't happen, you can trash me.
It's true.
You have the permission. It's official now. I'm probably gonna break it in two, and this is what I was telling Will before joining. Before you guys joined. That is really hard when you have maybe well, I think you joined when I was talking about this. It's so many people, it is so many great people that is really hard to pick and choose and which one you're gonna get, because you don't wanna make the other person to feel offended, or you feel like you have something against the person, because it is not the case. Trust me, it is not. If you don't get an invitation, that doesn't mean I don't want to talk to you. It's just because I already committed to other people weeks ago. So it's kind of hard to tell them, hey, this, you know what, you can't make it because I'm going to invite XYZ person. That doesn't sound right. But also, I don't want to have 50 people in my stream, because it's hard to manage that. I got 9 people, 10 people. It's difficult.
You going to get Will to like,
manage.
Do you think you should have any people?
Like, oh, no.
Maybe we can manage it well. but to the viewers get some, you don't get to talk as much,
Convoluted, yeah.
and that's the problem. You
Mm.
want to give everyone the
Yeah.
time to express their opinion, because at the end of the day, that's what this is, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna
Yeah.
have probably 2 shows next week, 2 live streams, and whatever comes from unboxing and review right now. But I'm just keeping it like that for now. But thank you. It was a pleasure being with you guys in this show,
Definitely.
and thank you guys for watching.
Oh, dude, absolutely. Thanks for joining us, man. So, Leal, what's coming up with you, man?
So we have tomorrow's discussion on Comic Book Talk with Friends. We'll be discussing the history of Kate Bishop and Hawkeye, Clint Barton.
Ooh, looking forward to that.
So definitely we will be talking about the history of that character and his relationship and kinship with Kate Bishop. Also on Wednesday night, which is the day before Thanksgiving, of course, we're going to have a show where we're going to have some great discussions on, what's next. I mean, that's just basically it. Like, what's next? What to expect next? And it's just like not knowing, what's there. A lot of it is, figures that we don't know. We just we're playing it by ear. We got an influx a couple months back, and now it's just like it's slowed down again. We just got to wait and see. But it's what's next. So we'll definitely have that discussion, on Wednesday. Also, we're going to be joined by the amazing and the lovely and talented Ray Kinnix. She's going to actually be back on the show. She's a cosplayer. She's a worldly known cosplayer. So, and pretty much one of my good friends. So she'll be back on the show on Wednesday night. So, of course, we'll get a segment from Will.
Hopefully it's done, dude, because
Yeah.
I need to impress her.
Yeah, we go get a segment from Will,
No
definitely.
pressure.
So that's
No
going to be
pressure.
incredible. And and also that night we are going to have a giveaway. Like, the giveaway is going to be announced on Wednesday. There's still time for you to submit and actually become a member of the 16 Scale Man YouTube channel, as well as have partnered with Collector Zone and Marcos for this Star Wars. I'm sorry, no, it's the Superman bust from Sideshow, and the it's easy to win. Only thing you have to actually do is demonstrate or speak about demonstrating some goodwill for within the community, your fellow man, your family member. It's basically that's the theme of the giveaway. It's Goodwill Thanksgiving giveaway. Whereas this, basically you've, done something, for someone else. You've given back to the community. You've given back to someone who's needed it, that, hasn't had it before. And yeah, you have a chance to win. And all you have to do is basically subscribe and become a member of the 16 Scale Man YouTube channel and IG Instagram channel. Also, you want to become a member of the Collector Zone Cantina. And that's where you're going to submit your, goodwill and what you've demonstrated, and just say that Leo sent you. And yeah, we will be picking that winner on Wednesday night. So stay tuned for that. And I think the week after this, we're going to actually do Uncivilized Scoundrel. We can't do it on Thanksgiving, but Uncivilized Scoundrels going to be on next Thursday. That's all Star Wars talk with me, myself, Mario, my co-host. We have and Brendan. So basically, yes, it'll be a great discussion about Star Wars. And also, I'm guessing the week after this week, we're going to introduce the Take a Position with my man John. We'll talk
Hell
about
yeah.
what day we're going to actually do that, but I cannot wait for that because it's going to be an all-out discussion on posing. We're going to pick a figure that
Hell
we
yeah.
want to actually pose up, and you get a chance. Our show is going to be about giving you ideas on how to pose and in presentations. So yeah, so anybody's basically
Can't wait.
welcome, and we'll probably have occasionally another segment with Will coming through talking about how much he hates posing. So nah,
It's gonna
but
be
yeah.
great.
But yeah, so basically stay tuned, man. Like, it's going to be a lot going on with the channel. I'm excited about it. So yeah. And I'll actually I'll make my debut on Man Hot Collectible. I cannot wait, bro. It's gonna be a show. We bring your wine, sit back and relax. So it's gonna be incredible. Let's go.
I drink tequila, so
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just bring some, Leo. Send it over with the cover letter, even though you were still
Definitely.
approved.
And I think on the 27th, you and I we're gonna be on On Aries show, right?
Yeah, we're gonna be on there. Yep. And Dante, I think you're on that one too, right?
Yeah, Dante's on that
Yeah.
one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so stay tuned for that. It's 6 o'clock. What, on the 27th?
Is it a Saturday?
Yeah, it's a Saturday.
It's
yeah.
a Saturday, so yeah,
it's
can't wait for
next
that,
Saturday,
man.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be a busy time, but it's the holiday season. I hope if I don't
Super
get a chance to
excited.
talk to everybody in the chat, please have a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
Eat all you want, love your family. You know, we love you guys. I'm so happy to be a part of this community. Let's go.
Hopefully we get some good Black Friday deals from some
Heck
of these
yeah.
sites. So
Hope
I
so.
did
Hell
see
yeah.
Toy Anxiety. So if you're looking for parts, they're having 40% off everything on the website.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool, right? So I know,
Yeah.
John, you said like the Kit Bash, like there's some good stuff on there, 40% off their website. That's pretty good.
Hell yeah.
So, John, what's going on with the Iron Logan channel? What's coming up?
Awesome. Yeah, well, man, we got quite a bit coming up. So currently I'm doing a 10-scene story styled showcase with Hawkeye. So I'm going to do like a full on, it's probably going to be like 20, 25 minutes long little film about Hawkeye, just being Hawkeye and Ronan. So I'm having some fun with that. Trying to book yourself, kind sir, on Post-Up next.
That's the hard part, isn't it?
I thought about if I could bully you into it on this stream, I'll get
You got to
on
do
there.
it, man. You should see, Leo. We're trying to come up with a schedule. It's been quite the challenge.
Oh, man.
But we're doing it.
That's all
It's
right.
going to happen.
I will.
Too many
like,
Tinder dates.
Liam
dude. Too
Neeson
little
in
time.
Taken. I will find you, and I will get you. I will get you somehow. So there's that. I'm also trying to line up a few, just my next guests. So like I create a spreadsheet of everybody I want to chat to and everything. Dante, I got to get you on there. You're on my list, kind sir. We can have some fun. And so I've got that. I'm also working on another little idea that I have that I'll probably announce soon for the channel, which I'm looking forward to. I'm going to do a Captain America shrine as well. So I've got a lot of videos planned. But also this kit bash thing. Now, I won't go into it too much here because I want to take up too much time. But I have an idea where I think me and KG are all in on it. I hope you are, KG, because I'm making you do it. But I reckon I'm putting it out there to you guys and all you guys on the panel here that we have a fun little friendly challenge where we set a time period and we kit bash a figure of our own. Just because I've never done it. And I'm thinking, wouldn't it be cool for like, let's say 3 to 5 months or whatever, in the background while we're doing everything else that we're doing, we try and kit bash a figure to match with one of our head sculpts. So like I want to do, now I'm thinking about him from the town, but I'm also thinking about Quentin Beck from Mysterio, where you just got to hunt and source a body, clothes. It doesn't have to be to match the film, but just a way to create a figure. And I feel like that'd be something fun to do that we could have some banter with and then all catch back up on and share on a stream and show the figures that we've made. Because then we can say, you know, we've made our own third-party figure. And then if you really do well at it, you don't need to worry about buying third-party figures because now you can make them.
Hey,
You just need to
even better.
So,
It's a nice
so
middle
right?
ground.
Why buy when you can make it yourself? I don't know. I just
Yeah.
think it'd be fun, and I think it'd be cool to see what we all come up with, and give people in the chat a chance to, you know, play along as well and do something
Yeah.
fun with you, just something different, like a little project. I think
Yeah.
that'd be really fun. So that's it for me. Now I've just got to convince you to do it, get you booked on the show, and I'll be a happy man.
I'll give you my agent's number. We'll be good. We'll get it set up. Sean Bean in the house, as always. $5 super sticker. Thanks so much, S.Beam, or AKA Sean Bean. So he's alive still, somehow. Sean Bean always dies, but he didn't die this time. So guys, thank you so much. Thanks everyone for joining us for this amazing panel. Seriously, guys, you guys are awesome. All of you do great content, great work. It really does mean a lot that you joined me tonight, and everyone in the chat. Your support always means so much. Seriously, it's amazing. Like I said, I always enjoy having these conversations so we can come together, talk about communal concerns and, you know, things about, you know, joys of collecting, all that good stuff, about why we collect, and, you know, all the good stuff that makes us sort of kumbaya around the fire. So that's it for tonight of episode of Collectors Mingle. So be on the lookout for the next one. I have some stuff coming up on my channel. I'll be on some other live streams in the future. Leal's live stream. I'll be on Aries. Justin's, as always. We got Figures and Flicks that just dropped. So I'll be on John's doing the posing. So yeah, you know, I'll be pretty much everywhere. So you guys will never be able to get rid of me. I'm like an infection. I just don't go away. So you just call your doctor and give it some time. So thanks so much for joining us, guys. We are out. Episode of Collectors Mingle, another one in the books.